கேட்க நிறைய வாய்ப்பு இருக்குது. எல்லாரும் பேசணும்.
எக்ஸ்கியூஸ் மீ பிரியா மேம். நிறைய வாய்ப்பு கூப்பிடுறாங்களா? சவுண்டே கேட்கல.
ஒரே ஒரு பாரு எதுல போய் நம்ம அதை கொடுத்தோம். ஆடியோ கேப்சர் இன்புட் கேப்சர்
இதை நம்ம போன தடவை கொடுக்காதனாலதான் நமக்கு அதுல வரலன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். இதை போன தடவை கொடுக்காதனாலதான் நமக்கு இப்ப ஆடியோ எதுக்கு தெரியுது, ஆனா எப்படி பண்ணணும்னு தெரியல பாரு நம்மளுக்கு. நான் ட்ரை பண்ணேன். இப்போ திரும்பி போக சொல்லிட்டேன். ஆரம்பிச்சுட்டது போயிடும். இந்த கமலி ஓகேடா, சூப்பர்டா, தேங்க்யூ. யூடியூப் லைவ் ஸ்ட்ரீம் கமலி அந்த அங்கதான் வாரா ஏன் இல்லை எக்கோ அடிக்காம பாப்பியா? பேசக்கூடாது. நான் டெஸ்ட் பண்ணிருக்காங்க. எனக்கு இது வராமல் இருந்துச்சு. இந்த சவுண்டு வர்றதுக்காக தான் ட்ரை பண்ணிட்டு நீங்க பண்ண மாட்டேன். இல்லை இல்லை ஐயோ கேட்கக்கூடாது நினச்சிட்டு இருந்தேன். என்ன தெரியுமா கேட்கவே நாங்கள் தான் மாற்றி நான் தான் ஆஃப் பண்ணிட்டேன்டா. சரியாயிட்டு சூப்பராக இருக்கு. எல்லாமே கேட்டேன். எல்லாமே நாங்கள் தான்டா பேசணும். நாங்கள் தான் பேசணும். இன்னும் பேச மாட்டோம். நான் தான் ஃப்ரீயாக பேசுகிறேன். ஏன்னா எனக்கு டெஸ்ட் பண்ணுறதுக்காக. இல்லை எனக்கு ஆடியோ வராமல் இருந்துச்சுடா. பேசிட்டு கிடக்காங்க. இருங்க வா, நான் பார்த்து சொல்கிறேன். இல்லை எல்லாமே இல்லை இப்போ இல்லை பிரச்சனை. இவா சாரி, இது அப்படியே உள்ளது. இப்போ யாரும் இல்லை, எல்லாமே இதுதான் இருக்கும். எல்லாமே மியூட் பண்ணுங்க. இல்லை இல்லை முதல்ல இது இந்த யூடியூப் ஆடியோவில் வந்து சவுண்ட் இல்லை மேம். அதனால நாங்கள் டெஸ்ட் பண்ணுறதுக்காக வந்து எக்ஸஸ்வி பிரியாவிடமா சொன்னோம்னா சிஸ்டர் சொல்லிட்டு இருக்காங்க. இது ஒன்றும் இல்லை மேம். இதுதான் யூடியூப் லைவ் ஸ்ட்ரீம். அது என்னதுடா நீ என்ன பண்ணிருக்குறா? ஸ்க்ரீன்ஷாட்டுக்காக வச்சுருக்கீங்க. ஐயோ மேம் சிஸ்டர் சொல்லி விட்டாங்களாம். அங்கே போய் சொல்லுங்க, பேசிட்டு இருக்காங்க. முதல்ல நம்ம டெஸ்ட் பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தோம்ல மேம். அப்போதான் இதில் கேட்க முடியும். அதுக்காக நான் வந்து எக்ஸஸ்வி பிரியா மேம் சொன்னோம்ல அதுக்கு. அப்போ நம்ம இங்கே உள்ள சவுண்ட்லாம் பரவாயில்ல. இல்லை 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 எல்லாமே இங்கே ஆஃப்ல தான் மேம் இருக்கு. என்னாச்சு? யாரும் ஆன்ல வச்சிருக்காங்களா? ஆன்ல இருக்குதான் மைக். விசிலா மைக் ஆன்ல இருக்கு. நீ பேசுறது அப்படியே கேக்குது. எல்லாமே ஆஃப்ல தான் இருக்கு. இங்க யாரோ ஆன்ல இருக்காங்க. நான் பேசுறது அப்படியே கேக்குது. இது ஆஃப்ல தான் இருக்கு.
A pleasant good morning to everyone present here. Welcome you all to the national level workshop on smart publishing in the digital age, strategies for journal publishing and attempting online magazines, organized by the Internet Quality Assurance.
And insights essential for guiding the rapidly evolving world of digital scholarship, academic visibility, and publication ethics. In an era where knowledge dissemination is global and instantaneous, equipping ourselves with smart publishing competencies is not merely an advantage, it is a necessity. Today's program stands as a testament to our commitment to advancing research culture and supporting academic excellence at a national scale. Before we proceed, let us first invoke the divine presence of God Almighty, whose grace guides our thoughts, strengthens our purpose, and blesses every endeavor we undertake. May His benevolence inspire us as we embark on a day of learning, reflection, and intellectual enrichment. With utmost respect and sincere gratitude, I extend a warm welcome to our patron, Sister A. Mary Celestina, Secretary of the College, whose visionary leadership, constant encouragement, and unwavering support form the backbone of every academic initiative we pursue. Her commitment to quality education and institutional growth continues to illuminate our path forward. Welcome, dear and respected sister. I am profoundly honored to welcome our convener, Reverend Dr. L. Vasanthi Medona, Principal of the College, the dynamic force behind this workshop. Her academic insight, administrative expertise, and unrelenting drive for excellence have transformed this event from a concept into a reality. Under their inspiring stewardship, our institution continues to scale new heights in teaching, research, and extension activities. Welcome, dear and respected sister. Today, we are greatly honored by the presence of our distinguished resource person. It is with great honor and enthusiasm that we extend a warm welcome to Dr. M. Leeladharan, Associate Professor, Department of Library and Information Science, a scholar whose expertise in digital information management and scholarly publishing will enrich our understanding. On behalf of the management, staff, and students of St.Ignatius College of Education, we extend a warm welcome to you, dear respected sir. It is a great privilege to welcome Dr. J. Armugam, librarian, PSC College of Technology, Coimbatore, a renowned professional whose deep knowledge of research metrics, digital libraries, and academic profiling will undoubtedly enlighten us. On behalf of the management, staff, and students of St. Ignatius College of Education, we extend a warm welcome to you, dear respected sir. We are sincerely grateful to both of you for accepting our invitation, for sharing your valuable time and wisdom with us. Your contributions will undoubtedly illuminate today's session. Welcome, dear professors. I am profoundly delighted to welcome Dr. Roja, IQAC Coordinator, Research Director, and Associate Professor of Biological Science, whose guidance ensures the academic and quality standards that form the backbone of our institution. Welcome, dear ma'am. A warm welcome to Dr. E.C. Punitha, Dean and Associate Professor of English, whose academic leadership and continuous support make programs like this a grand success. equal pleasure, I extend my hearty welcome to the dedicated organizing secretaries, Dr. Sudha, Vice Principal and Assistant Professor of History, and Miss Michael Jayapriya, Assistant Professor of Biological Science. Your meticulous efforts, coordination, and commitment have shaped this seminar into a meaningful and enriching event. Thank you, dear professors. I also extend my affectionate welcome to all our faculty members, non-teaching staff, and the entire organizing team whose collective support makes such academic endeavors possible. Most importantly, I extend a special welcome to all the participants, academicians from across the nation. Your enthusiasm, participation, and eagerness to learn reflect your commitment to academic growth and today. Dear participants, your presence adds great value to this seminar, and we hope that today's session will inspire you, challenge your perspectives, and open new avenues in your academic journey. Once again, a warm and gracious welcome to each one of you. May today's seminar be insightful and intellectually stimulating. Welcome, one and all. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your gracious words of welcome. Now we will unfold the systematic dynamics of this distinguished workshop. For that, I request Dr. M. Maria Saroja, IQAC Coordinator, Research Director, and Associate Professor of Biological Science, who continually inspire us with her committed and purpose-driven work, innovative and forward-thinking vision, empowering and learning-centered approach. With her exemplary value-rooted academic leadership, ma'am has guided many persons. Without the further delay, I request ma'am to present the dynamics of this workshop and steer us forward into the pursuit of meaningful academic engagement. Please, ma'am. The most respected Reverend Sister Mary Celestina, the Secretary of our college, the most respected Reverend Dr. Vasanthi Medona, the Principal, respected Dr. Leeradharan, Associate Professor, Department of Library and Information Science, Central University of Puducherry, respected Dr. Arumugam, the librarian, BSc College of Technology, Coimbatore, the resource persons of the workshop. Dear Dr. John Rose, Dr. Jesudha, Mrs. Michael Depriya, the organizing secretaries of national level workshop, my dear faculty members and my dear participants. As teachers and research scholars, we need to remember that we are not merely transmitters of existing knowledge. We are the creators, explorers, and innovators who shape the future through inquiry and discovery. Therefore, research is not an optional pursuit, it is the very essence of academic life. And we all know that conducting research allows us deepen our understanding of our subjects and stay updated with the latest trends and developments. It enhances our ability to think critically, question existing assumptions, and explore new ideas. Hence, research transforms the classroom into a dynamic space where learning is evidence based, reflective, and relevant to real world challenges. Through research, we also contribute to solving educational, social, and scientific problems, whether it is improving teaching methodology, developing innovative technologies, or addressing community issues. Therefore, research value both academia and society. However, the true purpose of research is fulfilled only when we publish our findings. Publication
is the bridge between the discovery and the dissemination. It allows our ideas to reach the wider community where they can be tested, refined, and expanded. Moreover, publishing a well known journal increases visibility and recognition within the academic community. Publishing in reputed journal also has a positive impact on institutions. A strong publication record can enhance an institution's reputation, contributing to its research excellence and attracting top talent. Institution can also use publication in reputed journal as a metric to evaluate the quality of their research output, making informed decisions about funding and resource allocation. This also leads to increased citation, which can boost an academic profile and reputation, and can lead to collaboration, invitations to conferences, and providing opportunities for networking. Therefore, research and publication are two inseparable pillars of academic progress. They enrich our teaching, strengthen our intellectual curiosity, and empower us to contribute meaningfully to the advancement of knowledge and the betterment of society. With this aim in view, our College of Education is organizing a national level workshop on smart publishing in the digital age, strategies for journal publishing and academic profile management. The vital areas to be discussed are journal selection for publishing and what you need to know, collaborative research and academic profile management platform. More than 100 academicians of various disciplines are attending this national level workshop. We assure that this workshop will enrich your knowledge on practical insights into identifying credible journals, avoiding predatory publishers, and strategically managing academic profile across various platforms. The workshop empowers the participants to enhance your research impact and establish a credible scholarly footprint in the global academic community. Thank you, ma'am, for your valuable and enlightening inputs. We now transition to the inspiring highlight of the program, the keynote address. We respectfully invite Reverend Sister Dr. L. Vasanthi Medona, our esteemed principal, to deliver her insights and inspiring keynote message. She is a transformative leader, renowned for her visionary outlook, compassionate stewardship, scholarly distinction, and unwavering dedication to nurturing holistic and value centered education. She had continually elevated our institution with her wisdom, integrity, and exemplary academic foresights. Without further delay, now I request our sister principal to deliver the keynote address. Please, sister.
Thank you. Good morning to all the distinguished academicians, scholars, resource persons, and participants who have joined us for this national level online workshop on smart publishing in the digital age, strategies for journal publishing and academic profile management. It gives me immense joy to welcome each one of you to this meaningful academic engagement. The landscape of academic publishing is evolving at an unprecedented pace. The digital age has not only expanded access to knowledge, but has also reshaped the way research is conceptualized, reviewed, and disseminated. Publishing today is no longer the concluding step of a research project, it's an ongoing, strategic, and reflective process. In this changing context, it becomes essential for every scholar to ask, how do we publish ethically and effectively? How do we ensure that our research reaches the right audience and creates meaningful impact? And how do we build and sustain a strong academic presence in the global digital space? Smart publishing, therefore, means being informed, intentional, and responsible. The digital ecosystem provides a wealth of tools and opportunities that can significantly enhance the quality and reach of our research. Knowledge of indexed, peer reviewed, open access, and predatory journals is crucial for making wise publication choices. Platforms such as Turnitin, Grammarly, ResearchRabbit, Zotero, Mendeley, and St.Ignatius AI assist researchers in writing, literature review, plagiarism checking, and reference management. AI enabled writing support, collaborative digital platforms, and data visualization tools improve both accuracy and creativity. Maintaining visibility through ORCID, ResearchGate, Vidwan, Publons, and Google Scholar strengthens one's scholarly identity and enhances citation impact. Smart publishing is not about publishing more, it's about publishing better through clarity, originality, and integrity. In this digital age, a researcher's academic profile is their scholarly signature. Effective academic profile management not only enhances professional credibility but also opens avenues for collaboration, funding, and wider dissemination. As an institution committed to academic excellence, St. Ignatius College of Education continually strives to cultivate a vibrant research culture. Workshops such as this reflect our dedication to supporting faculty and researchers in navigating the complexities of modern scholarship. As educators, we also have the responsibility of guiding emerging researchers, particularly our Gen Z students who bring enthusiasm, digital fluency, and fresh perspectives. With the right mentoring, infrastructure, and ethical grounding, they can become powerful contributors to the academic world. The digital age has opened remarkable avenues, global readership, rapid communication, and cutting edge tools. Yet, these opportunities also call for discernment and responsibility. Publishing is not merely a professional requirement, it's a contribution to the collective intellect of society. Let this workshop inspire us to write with clarity, publish with purpose, and build academic identities that reflect authenticity, excellence, and integrity. Before I conclude, I extend my sincere appreciation to the organizing team, Dr. M. Maria Saroja, IQAC Coordinator and Research Directors, Dr. P. John Siros, Librarian, Dr. A. Jayasudha, Vice Principal, Miss Michael J. Priya, the Assistant Professor of Biological Science, the coordinators and technical staff of our esteemed institution for their dedication in planning and hosting this online program. I also thank our resource persons for generously sharing their expertise, and to all the participants who have joined from across the country. Your enthusiasm enriches this workshop and gives meaning to our efforts. Thank you, and I wish each one of you an enlightening and enriching learning experience. Once again, thank you and God bless.
Thank you, sister, for your thoughtful and enlightening address. To introduce the eminent resource person for the session one, I warmly invite Dr. A. Jayasudha, Vice Principal and Assistant Professor of History, to introduce the resource person and pave the way for the commencement of the first session. Please, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Warm greetings to everyone present here. I'm glad to welcome you all to the session one of the national workshop, Journal Selection for Publishing What You Need to Know. It is my privilege to introduce our distinguished resource person for this session, Dr. M. Leeladharan, Associate Professor, Department of Library and Information Science, Central University of Pondicherry. Dr. Leeladharan is a science graduate with a specialization in zoology from Presidency College, Chennai. He went on to pursue his master's in library science at the University of Madras during 1995-97, completing his professional internship at the British Council Library, Chennai. Demonstrating strong academic excellence, he cleared both SLET and NET in 1997. With over a decade of experience as a professional librarian, Dr. Leeladharan has served in a diverse academic environments, including arts and science colleges, engineering institutions, and medical colleges. His global exposure includes serving as a librarian in Singapore, enriching his professional breadth before moving into academics. In 2007, he joined Pondicherry University as a faculty member, where he has since made significant contributions to teaching, research, and service. He has published 7 scholarly papers in conferences and journals and serves as an active reviewer for multiple Scopus Index journals. He has also authored distance education study materials for the BLIS program of the University of Madras. As testament to his dedication and impact, Dr. Leeladharan is the four-time recipient of the Best Teacher Award from Pondicherry University based on students' feedback and the Best Presenter Award from ICSSR. Beyond academics, he has undertaken notable consultancy projects, including the automation of the Central Library of Sabari College of Education, Puducherry, extensive cohort training for the library personnel of Sri Balaji Vidyapeeth, and the establishment of library at the SOS Village for Children, Puducherry. He is also a sought-after speaker, having delivered numerous invited lectures across institutions. With his rich academic background, diverse professional experience, and deep expertise in library science and scholarly publishing, Dr. Leeladharan is eminently suited to guide us in today's session on journal selection for publishing what you need to know. On behalf of the organizing team and the management, I welcome you, sir. Dear participants, please join me in warmly welcome Dr. M. Leeladharan. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now we move on to the session one on the topic journal selection for publishing, what we need to know. Our resource person is here amidst us, Dr. M. Leeladharan, Associate Professor, Department of Library and Information Science from Central University of Pondicherry. Sir, we are eagerly waiting for the enlightening session. We are honored to have you with us for this wonderful session. Your expertise surely will be enriching us. Please, sir, you can start sharing your session.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, good morning, one and all. First, let me start with a thanking note to the management, administration, IQAC members, and the uh, librarian and others of Ignatius College of Education for giving this opportunity to interact with you. So I hope my screen is visible. The PPT is visible, I
Yes,
think.
yes, sir, it's visible,
Yes,
sir.
yes, ma'am. Thank you. So my presentation will be not only a kind of presentation; it will also be kind of experience sharing because I have published a few good number of articles in this presentation. So as it is given in the very first welcome slide here, you could see that the phrase all indexed journals are peer reviewed, but not all peer reviewed journals are indexed. Why I put this exact caption in the very first slide is because there is a kind of confusion for academicians that what is exactly indexed journal means or what exactly is a peer reviewed journal means, because to lure us into the publishing thing, the publishers, whether they are really of quality or not, all of them are making use of the word the peer review. So we in this presentation we'll be going through areas to differentiate what exactly the peer review means and what is exactly the index journal means, right? So this will be the scope of the presentation. We'll be covering about predatory journals, hijack journals, fake journals, misleading metrics, and journal finder tools. Because often I could get queries from my fellow colleagues as well as from institutions where I have made presentations that, sir, I have published in a journal, but then the journal is no more accessible, or it is indexed as per their statement, but I'm not able to get my article inside the scopus or so on and so forth. So that is why the necessity comes that you should be able to differentiate between the journals of different categories. So this will be the coverage of today's presentation. So first, before starting that, we should understand the technical difference between the journals and magazines, because even people try to publish in popular magazines or daily periodicals like newspaper articles. They write up columns for newspapers and try to say that, sir, they should be considered for my CAs and all, actually, which is not possible as per the UGC guidelines. Publishing in a popular magazine or commercial magazine, or publishing in a writing for columns in newspapers may be considered, especially in the cases of no mass communication journalism, or in the case of philosophy or history, and that too is subject to the approval of the local governing council, that is the university council or the college. They need to know understand the uniqueness of these departments, and they need to document that may be considered, because local variations are there and UGC is giving little flexibility with that, but you cannot compromise on the quality. This is applicable only for few domains. So basically a journal, right, will be having contents published in it, which will go through a rigorous process of scrutiny. And usually the contents are authored by people who are pure academicians or independent researchers. They will be writing the articles, and the after the rigorous review process for the language of expression, as well as the quality of the content, as well as the validity of data and the way the findings are being communicated to the audience. This will be subject to approval and then published. And this will have no or less number of advertisement. And even if advertisements are there, there will be more of professional advertisements, like if it is a journal related to microbiology domain, the advertisements there will be about the microbiology laboratories and equipments. It will not have any other commercials related to no accessories or something else. Whereas the popular magazines are like kind of content written by journalists as well as professionals of the particular domain, and its audience, its intended audience is diverse, a large gathering. It involves both academicians, researchers, housewives, educated large public, everybody. So the language of expression will be much like a common mode of communication, rather than having a lot of technical jargons or technical specifications and all those things. It will be kind of a simple communication that will be adapted in the popular magazines. And most of the time, these will be carrying not validated arguments, but rather opinions or messages, news. And it is heavily reliant on the advertisements or commercials. So you could see that magazines like computers, PC, other things, Sports Star, and all those things. Those are called as magazines. The very cover will be, very much attractive to grab your attention. It will be loaded with pictures, and then it will have lot of, for every third or fourth page there will be advertisements. It will be loaded with images. That is what is a magazine is. So you should publish only in journals and not in the magazines. So when you speak about the journals, we always tag these journals with a preface that is called as a scholarly journals. Why do we call them as scholarly journals? Is that because these journals are primarily there to publish only contents created by the scholars, and the content are supposed to be written in a scholarly fashion, which means it should be with a scientific touch. Scientific touch need not be only from science, even scientific means systematic, right? So even a social science research or a humanities research, whatever you do, when it is being scientifically presented, that is systematically presented, that is what is called as a scholarly content. So in this process, every author or researcher tries to submit whatever their finding or whatever their argument or thing with the journals, which are called the scholarly journals. They try to submit to these kind of journals, and then the editor will see whether the submission is appropriate for their journal according to the scope and no coverage objective of the journal. If it is not applicable or it doesn't fit in within the scope or sub areas defined by the journal's thing, then they will politely reject to you and then say that this is does not fit the scope of the journal concern. So this is the stage where it is called as the desk rejection. So usually you should try to see that the journals which are having the first time for first decision or desk rejection less than 1 or 2 months, that is the kind of journal you should target to submit. Usually it will be given in the journal's website pages itself that time for first decision is 30 days, 60 days, so on and so forth. And usually non-Indian journals, that is other than Indian journals, most of the journals try to stick to the timeline. In India also there are a good number of journals which try to stick to the timeline. So if the editorial checks are over and they feel it is fitting into the scope of the area of publication, then it will be sent to experts called as reviewers. So when this moves on to the next stage, that is the reviewers, they are subject experts from the particular domain who have vast knowledge in that micro area or specialized area. So they will look into the content for its quality, the methodology that has been adapted, and the significance of the contribution made by this research paper. And if any doubts or clarity is required, these reviewers will write a comment back to the editor, because through the editor only the communications will be happening between the author and the peer reviewers. So they will write back to us seeking clarity or change in the way of expressions in the title or in the objective, whatever it is. So this process, usually the peer review process will involve more than 1 or 2 reviewers, so that bias is not there. It's like kind of no more than 2 people have gone through the content and then certify yes it is worth getting published. So when the reviews are getting received at the editorial place, then they will communicate to us stating that the minor revisions are required or now it is accepted as such, whatever it may be. If we try to incorporate any suggestions that have been proposed by the reviewers, then it is getting published, right? So this is the workflow. If it is not accepted by the reviewers, then it may be declined or rejected. So now, as we discussed earlier, the reviewers are doing the process of looking or vetting the journal article based on quality parameters. So what is the modalities that are being adopted, or what are the different types of review that happens, which is called as a peer review, is single blind peer review, double blind peer review, triple blind peer review, and open peer review. As well as post publication peer review, registered reports, third party peer review, and transferable peer reviews. These on the left you could see the traditional methodologies, on the right are those which are upcoming or hybrid mode of peer reviews. So to start with the traditional modes of peer reviews, the single blind peer review is why it is called single blind peer review, is that the word blind is being used here to say that the person who creates the content will not know the reviewer, or the reviewer will not be declared to the writer, so that the author cannot try to influence the reviewer and say that, sir, this is my article, please try and help me in getting it published. Thereby the quality cannot be compromised. So it is anonymized, the process is anonymized. So this is the most common model which is being adopted by the developed publishers or reputed publishers. Here, the single blind peer review means it is not single reviewer will be doing the review process. It is between the author and reviewer. That is what it means, right? So the reviewers know the identity of the authors, but the authors are not revealed who is going to be the reviewer. The double blind peer review is a process where both the author as well as the reviewer, both of them, the details of these two individuals are not disclosed to each of them. So when you are submitting the article, the content alone will be sent to the review. Who is the author? What is his or her affiliation? All such details are not supposed to be provided as part of the document. So the content alone will be validated by the reviewers, and then they will put their comments forward for successive revisions or decline, whatever they can be. The third peer review model, actually including the author, right? Nobody will know. Even the editor does not know to whom is forwarding the reviewer, the review for reviewing. And all the three major stakeholders in the publishing, all the three of them are not known to each other. This is triple blind peer review. On contrary to this, all these blind peer reviews, a new way is the open peer review, where everybody knows, now everybody knows each other. So it's an open platform. So author knows the reviewer, reviewer knows the author, like that. And the comments are also kept on an open platform, so that now people get to know what are the kind of comments that has been made, based on which how the content has been improvised or no, yeah, has been improvised and then submitted. So this is after publication. So usually peer review is a strategy by which the quality of the article could be maintained. In the sense, a substandard article also can be improvised based on input from the reviewers, and then the research will be published. So the moment it is getting published, then only the readers are able to look into the research output. So now on the other way around, what happens is that there are some platforms where the content can be just floated as such without any kind of peer review. But those kind of content will not be considered for CAS or promotion, whatever you call, whatever the terminology that is adopted at different things, like no, CAS may be used by UGC, or ACT may be adopting a different terminology, whatever the case may be, right? So the post publication peer review is one methodology where after the publication also the content is subject to scrutiny, because even in the review process or the peer review process, only 2 or 3 reviewers are making comments or suggestions in improving the scientific content or scholarly content that has been contributed by the researcher. So now, even after that, when sometimes people are looking at the article, they may feel, this could have been done this way, or the tool that has been used, they could have adopted a different tool, whatever it is. So now it will be kind of a post-publication discussion, right? After it is published, the article will give scope for inputs from the readers. So the readers will evaluate, or if they have any critics on the published content, they can give their opinion on these sites like PubPeer. And based on the inputs, the author or the team of members who have given the contribution, or even the reviewers for that matter, they can give on what ground they have accepted this, or on what ground they have done this as appropriate methodology. Such kind of scientific discussions will happen. Then you have something called as a registered reports. This is another kind of peer review model, where it involves 2 stages of review mechanisms. The first one is that the author basically is going to submit only kind of a proposal. So this can be parallelly compared to that of the doctoral committee. So when a researcher is doing a PhD, he or she will be making a presentation before the doctoral committee, and then the doctoral committee will say, no, your objective is not clear, so, or the methodology what you propose is not appropriate, or the population what you've chosen is not sufficient. So based on that, the research scholar try to improvise or make changes to the initial proposal itself, so that the research comes well, the output, the research thesis comes with quality. The same way here, this author who is having an initial proposal shall submit the content to these kind of registered reports platform, and based on the initial submission that will be validated, and then the in principle acceptance will be given. Then once the committee approves the initial proposal, the author has to follow the proposal what he or she has made to this committee, then stick to it and come out with the scientific document at the end, and then publish in the same platform, right? They cannot publish elsewhere, but it should be published in the same platform. And this eliminates publication bias against any kind of null or negative results or questionable research practices. So this is also a new way of review that is happening, especially in the scientific domain. Because in the scientific domain, that is a medical and biomedical research, as well as chemical and nuclear research, these kind of no registered reports are highly encouraged. Then comes the third party peer review. So this third party peer review is basically to ease out the burden on the publishers. As you are, most of you are aware, when you submit an article to a reputed journal, often the complaint is that, sir, I have submitted and it takes almost 6 months, 8 months, or 1 year, sir. These kind of time delays are there, but I am in an urgency that I need to get the publication within 3 months or 4 months. So, in order to avoid these problems, the reputed publishers are basically, trying to engage additional manpower, outsourcing through publishing industry, right? What they have, the technical team is something else, that is for page layout and publishing other thing. But for review process, they will outsource through agencies and then get the work done in a much faster way. Then transferable peer review. This is adopted again by established journals which has established publishers who have multiple journals under their umbrella. So, for instance, you are submitting an article to Elsevier journal, and in the process of screening and reviewing, they say that your article is good, but there are certain flaws. Usually, one advantage which submitting your article to reputed publishers is that they will not simply write something in a subjective way, rather they will give clarity point wise. So they will say that no, yours is only a kind of review article, no, this can be made into a meta-analysis, then there is a scope for publication, because we do not encourage review articles in our journal like that. And also they will suggest saying that, why don't you try another journal which is being published by us. So the review comments and suggestions, whatever they have made, will be transferred if you are going to give willingness to get your article published in the another journal belonging to the same publisher. So this will minimize the process of review. Whatever the comments that has been made by the previous reviewer will be noted by the new reviewer assigned by the second journal to which you are going to submit within the same umbrella. So this is what is called as transferable peer review. Okay, now these many kinds of peer reviews are there, and usually, it is kind of anybody will be following, whether it is a commercial publisher or non-profit publisher, whatever it is, all of them adopt any one or more than one of these strategies. And coming to a new area of publication model is open access. It's not new, but for some of you, you may not be knowing what it is. So I'm just explaining it here. There is something called as open access journals. So the movement of open access emerged in the area year 2000s, driven by the Budapest Open Access Initiative in 2002, and to make the peer-reviewed content available to everybody. So because when the publishers are involving editors, publishing, printing, hosting charges, even some cases they are paying the reviewers, not in all the cases, few cases they are paying the reviewers. So lot of time and manpower is involved in the process. So, and as I said earlier, the scholarly journals are not relying on commercials or advertisements. So they are not able to meet out the expenditure involved in the process of maintaining the publication, coming out with a publication and all those things. So they are charging us exorbitantly. No, what happens is that you publish an article, in the process you transfer your copyright to the standard or established publisher. After that, you yourself cannot access the article unless you have a subscription to it. So in 2000, early 2000, there was a pressure on the publishing community that they should relax these norms and give the content which has been generated out of the public fund as freely accessible to the public. As a cause of this open access movement, Two major identified means of publications emerged. One is open access gold and then open access green. The publishers, some of them have agreed to the concept that we will let the articles be published in our website as well as in the hard copy, and whatever is getting mostly on online platforms, when it is getting published immediately the content shall be made free for access across, right? You need not have a subscription to the journal. Your institution need not be paying any penny to these publishers. The content will be readily available. That is what is a gold open access. And in some cases, after a certain period, like from the date of publication, after 3 years or after 5 years, the content will be made publicly accessible. That is what is called as open access green. But in this process, the open access journals, when they moved or accepted the open access movement, what they did is that they started losing a major chunk of revenue or major profit. So in the open access philosophy itself, they have proposed, instead of making money from the subscribers, what you can do is that you can collect the money from the authors. So article processing fees, that is called as article processing fees, which is to be paid by the author or the organization for which the author is working. So it is a genuine and approved model mandated by open access initiative, which is getting misused actually, right? That's what we'll going to see the furthermore slides. So there are certain advantages and disadvantages in the open access publishing. The benefits or advantages are that no, the moment it is published, immediate visibility, everybody can read the article. So more the people are getting access to it, it increases the possibility of more the citation. The probability of the article getting cited is higher, and you are able to disseminate this knowledge with everybody, like your own fellow teachers, with your fellow scholars or colleagues and experts in your domain, right? This is, and it leads to visibility of your expertise area and increases the possibility of global collaboration. When it comes to the disadvantage, like I said, the article processing charges are approved and genuine way of generating revenue for the publishers. But because of some greedy publishers or people who are trying to exploit this mechanism, the article process charges are getting increased exorbitantly. As you could see that when you go to a particular journal and see the article processing charges, they are putting like 850 US dollars, 1000 euros, and all those things. Which, when you try to convert to Indian currency, it is almost a lakh or something like that. So very heavy price, which we cannot afford to do. And sometimes, because there are journals which has article processing charges, which could be genuine as well, and because there are a lot of journals which are misusing these article processing charges, which falls into predatory journal category. So the moment you say that I published in a journal and I paid these article processing charges, immediately people think that you have done something wrong. So paying for article publishing is not wrong, but choosing a journal with article processing charges, that is where the nuances lies. You should be very tricky in choosing the journals, right? Okay, now, so when you speak about the article processing charges and then the linked concept of predatory journals, the term predatory journal was coined by a librarian by name Jeffrey Beal. He was working with the library in US, and he made whatever the research he has done, he made that research finding accessible to all, and that list in a Excel sheet as well as in his website or blog, what he has created, that is called as a Bill's list. He devised certain mechanisms and he came out with a checklist saying that these are all the parameters using which you should be able to differentiate a genuine journal having a APC and a journal which charges article processing charges but then exploits the users. No, and he tagged those kind of journals which exploits the authors as predatory journals. And unfortunately, the site which was created by him, it was a very much a guiding force for all the researchers in making a wise decision. But because the publishers were very dominant and they had a lot of revenues, they literally made the service close in the year 2017 January. But somebody else has taken that noble cause, and it is available now under the bealslist.net, which is an active service. So whatever the Jeffrey Beal has created, what are the checklist he has proposed, that is strictly adhered to and even supplemented. What are the list he left in 2017? It is updated till date. So if you want to know what are all the predatory journals or who are all the predatory publishers, you can go to the bealslist.net, or if you have any queries, you can write to them. They will look at your query and then they'll write back to you, or in the website they will put the remarks as to whether that journal is reliable, genuine, and all those things, right? So the predatory journal, yeah. So the predatory journals, basically 100% they are open access model, and they operate only for financial gain. So what they do is that they keep the content open for all, but they charge an exorbitant fee, and sometimes they may not do any kind of no review at all. In the website, they may say it is a peer-reviewed journal. See, now all journals are using this terminology that it is a peer-reviewed journal. Just because they have quoted that word that it is a peer-reviewed journal, do not argue that I have done a publication in a peer-reviewed journal. The literal peer review process, when you submit your article, from that day till the publication, how much of time it is going to take? Because the moment you are going to submit to someone seeking that, now my article I'm submitting for publication, it cannot be done within a 7 days, 1 week, or 10 days, which means it is obviously a predatory journal. You cannot go to such kind of journals. It will take its own course of time. So my suggestion to any researcher out there or academician there is that minimum, no, it will take 3 to 4 months for article to get published if it is a quality article and the journal is of quality, right? So predatory journals will promise you shorter time peer review or no peer review, compromising the ethical standards, and then also charging you exorbitantly. Okay, now the major characteristics of predatory journals are that they will try to advertise their presence on global platforms as well as send personalized email, disturbing the authors who have already contributed, or through their social media or their official email ID, they will go to those sites and collect the email of the colleagues, and they will send a lot of emails, saying that we are calling for articles for our next issue, and the processing charges are only 3,000 per article, and for additional authors another 1,000 rupees, and then it's say only 5 pages no limitation for 2,000 rupees. For every additional page there is another 1,000 rupees. This is how they will try to add amount with every additional page, with every additional author, like this. So these are all some unique ways of identifying the predatory journals. And then there will be no transparent details about the editorial board or the peer review process. Of course, the blind peer review, no, they nobody will disclose who is the reviewer, but at least they should spell out in the site or in the peer review process that how much of time is likely to take from the stage 1 to stage 2, that is from the time this acceptance has happened until the editorial decision is going to happen. So usually when you go for reputed publishers, you make a submission in the online mode, you'll be able to see the progress, including with the date of submission happened, editor has forwarded it to the reviewer, first reviewer has given the report, second review is awaited, like that. No, it will show the status. If this kind of mechanism of monitoring the progress of your article review is not there, most of the time it could be, I don't say it is, but it could be a predatory journal. These are some of the signs in identifying them, right? And it may be giving a lot of impact factors, false claims of impact factors, and then say it is indexed in this database, that database, and all those things. So you have to see what is a database in the first place, and which are the database that are more reliable, and what is exactly a impact factor, because these things will be covered in the forthcoming slides, right? So again, what has been presented in the previous slide, the same has been given here, because I have already elaborated that, so I'm not going to explain again further here. Only here some cautions are given. Please do not compromise no with the quality, because even if you are happen to, because it is mostly open access, the predatory journals, as you go and see the kind of articles that has been published in the journal, You go through the previously published articles at random. You see article number 1, article number 5, article number 8 in a particular issue. You could see that there is a kind of inconsistency in the way the data or in the layout of the article that has been presented. In one article, it could be, say, Times New Roman font. The other article, it could be Cambria or Arial. Sometimes the first article is having APA style of referencing, the second or third article may be having MLA style of citation. So these are all some of the easy ways of identifying that they are not following any kind of standards. Now, obviously, showing that they are least interested in maintaining quality or standardization. So you can skip those journals. You need not fall prey to them, right? The second category of journals which should be wary of are the hijacked journals. What happens is that usually these journals, the hijacked journals, try to utilize the reputation of established journals. So a journal to establish itself and claim it is of quality, or to say that it has an impact factor, they should have invested minimum 3 to 5 years, in the stabilized market, and they should have a good base of knowledge looking at the quality of articles that has been published previously. Only the next set of articles will be submitted by quality researchers. So now the hijack journals are such kind of journals which is already publishing in the market, or which want to utilize the name and fame of the established journals. What they will try to do is that they will mimic the names, logos, and the ISN numbers of those established journals, and then try to lure the publishers. So if I'm trying to submit to, say, I'm from library science domain, so I'm trying to publish into a journal, say Journal of Library Science. I'm just taking a imaginary title, Journal of Library Science. Assume that it is published by Elsevier and it is indexed in Scopus with a 3.5 impact factor. So I'm writing a quality article to this journal, and when I key to find out in the Google the journal name, you could see that the hijacked journal's website will come. So I will think this is genuine, and I may send an email to this journal, and the journal will say, the editor side, they will say that you have to pay this much money, and I'm happy because I'm submitting to a quality journal. I pay the money, article is published. Then when I go to Scopus, I run a search, I can never find my article being published there. Then only I feel that I have been cheated or all my research, because once it is published in one place, you cannot get it published in any other place. It is plagiarism. Even though it is your own work, you don't have rights to get it published in some other platform. So already you have transferred your copyright to these hijackers, right? So what are the characteristics of these hijack journals are that they try to imitate, as I said, no, they create a website which closely resembles the website of the original journal, and then there will be details or discrepancies concerned with the authentic journal. Compared to the authentic journal, there will be details missing, or the email of submission will be totally different from that of the original journal. And also sometimes they will insist that even before the publication you need to pay $50 towards review process. After we give a confirmation that your article is accepted, you have to pay the remaining fees, like that. So sometimes they are making this precaution so that you happen to verify the fact, and at one point you are not ready to get it published there. So the moment you are going to submit the article, then and there is they are insisting pay $50 towards review process. Don't do that kind of publishing at all, right? So here is an example. On the right is the Journal of Technology, which is published by the Elsevier, right? It is indexed in Scopus. On the left, I have given two such websites which are hijack journals. Excuse me. So this actually, the Journal of Technology is a much reputed journal when it comes to engineering and technology domain. And now, when I searched, I found two imitating journals are hijackers. The first one is journaloftechnology.org. The second one is technologyjournal.net. The original journal is from Taiwan, and on the left you could see that they are putting some phrases. Journal of Technology, the ISSN number is same that of the original, and within bracket they are giving Scopus valid journal, and also they are putting the Elsevier symbol, right? And they are telling that submit your manuscript to editor at technologyjournal.net. So now, if you have a suspicion, because the moment they are claiming themselves that this is a Scopus valid journal, usually an index journal need not say these kind of expressions. They will have the Q4, Q3, Q2 metrics, and if you click from there, it will take you to the site. Even imitators are trying to do this nowadays, so it is not only mechanism. I'm just telling one of the mechanisms. So people will not claim that I am the genuine person. All of a sudden, on their own, they will not say. Only an imposter will try to say these kind of words. So when you look at these kind of words, try to act smart and do double checking of the validity or genuineness of the journals. So even you can go to this database retractionwatch.com, right? I have given these URLs at the end of the slide. Of course, I'll be leaving the slides and other contents also with the organizers. No, you can get the content through them later on. So this retractionwatch.com is a database which maintains details about all the articles which are questionable content or questionable data, right? It maintains a database of it. On top of that, now they are also maintaining the list of hijacked journals. Comparing, you could see that the original journal name is given, its ISSN and URL is given. Also, the same kind of name bearing hijacked journal and the details of that. So if you are going to submit to any journal which you feel suspicious, right, immediately you can go to this particular URL and run a search. You can download when you go to this retractionwatch.com. From there you can download the latest, because it is updated on a daily basis. You can download the latest retraction hijack journals list, and if the journal what you're targeting is shown here, from there you can take the actual lead to the original site. Then comes the third category, that is the fake journals. The fake journals are not trying to imitate any established journals, but rather they will try to grab the content from the original journals, or what they will do is that they will simply have a website alone. Any content you submit will be published. Like these kind of journals only will say that 24 hours publishing is guaranteed within 24 hours, or publishing is guaranteed within 1 week. They are not at all journals. They are simply maintaining a website and database to host your PDF content. Your article will be simply converted from Word format to PDF and uploaded in the website. And they will take huge sum money from you, right? So these journals usually will have individuals in the editorial board who are non-existing entities. So they will say some photos, image of a person, and then the name will be something different. And they will say he's a professor of this domain from Eritrea or Yugoslavia, Iran, Iraq, any country, or even US, UK also they used to put. So looking at a European phase or a white phase, you may think yes, it is genuine journal, and you may go there. In fact, that individual is not the person as identified in the web page, right? And the address, whatever has been given in the website, will not be the genuine address. So be it a physical address or the email and all those things, will be a fake email ID. It is only for one-way communication. You write to them only if they want, they will communicate back to you, as long as the payment is going to be done. The moment payment is done, then only they will stop communicating with you. This website will have lot of errors. The layout, all those things will be of poorer quality, right? And then usually they will have journal name which is not focusing on a specific area. Multidisciplinary journal of social sciences, the name will be like this, International Journal of Social Sciences. I don't say that if you see International Journal of Social Sciences, that is wrong. That could be a genuine journal as well. But these kind of people who are trying to run a fake journal, in order to generate a lot of revenue, they try to have maximum clients. So instead of saying that we publish only articles for physics, or we publish only article for education, they will say we publish article for the entire spectrum of social science domains. So anybody will try to go there and get lured by them, and they generate a lot of revenues. So this is another example. My own publication, which is on the right, I have published in Decidoc Journal. The Decidoc Journal is published by the DRDO, which is a defense organization. It is indexed in Scopus. And to my surprise, when I went to my profile in Scopus, Google Scholar, I could see that two individual appearances were being shown, whereas one occurrence in Google Scholar was from the genuine website, and the second occurrence is from something called as enrichedpublications.com, and the journal name is something different. They are not trying to imitate the original journal. They have their own name for the journal. What they have done is that from this particular issue of indexed journal, they have taken 5 or 6 articles and then presented in their website as though it was submitted to their journal, and they have created a PDF. They have changed the layout of the content. They have published. So this is a fake journal. So they are doing this because whatever the citation is received for the original article in through the Scopus platform or through the Google Scholar platform, that will get reflected for this article as well, because the article is same but the journals are different. Without the permission of the author, without the permission of the publisher, they have taken the content and they are doing this mischief. So what will happen in due course, these journals will create a citation pool, and people will believe that this journal could be of quality because it is showing 60 citations, 80 citations. So this could be of quality. Then onwards, from third issue, fourth issue onwards, people may fall prey to this and they may start submitting, and after that only they will try to make money out of it. So from fake journal, gradually they will move to predatory journal. Initially, they are copying and pasting a content to create a base. Once a citation pool is generated, people will think it is quality, they will go there, and gradually they'll start, okay, for publishing in this journal, you have to pay 3,000 rupees or 5,000 rupees, which is not a big money as on date for many. So people will try to get, because it promises we will publish within 1 month. So time is short, money is less, we invest. Then they understand there is a necessity, still there are clients out there who are ready to pay, they will increase the money. This is how the scheme works, right? So now, we having understood the different kind of predatory journals, fake journals, and hijack journals, what are the strategies, how to scrutinize these journals, what all the links I have shared you, this retraction batch and all those things. You can go to these databases and identify the journals, and the various mechanisms discussed in the presentation you can just follow, right? And also, like I said, the journals are projecting something called as the metrics to boast that, like for instance, we say that I am the rank holder, I am first rank holder, gold medalist. The moment somebody says I am a rank holder, I am a gold medalist, that speaks the quality of the persons, that he is a class topper, right? But nobody is going to ask, kindly show your certificate, I want to have a look at it to see whether you are a gold medalist or not. So journals invariably, in order to say that they are the best in that particular domain, every journal started putting in their website stating that we have a impact factor. So basically, the word impact factor is to be used only by journals which are in the Web of Science, right? The impact factor is assigned by Clarivate Analytics, that is a publisher who publishes the Web of Science database, and the formula has been given at the bottom. The impact factor, how the value is arrived at. So the example also given at the bottom, a journal with 100 articles from 2023-24, where it is getting cited at least 250 times in the year 2025. Then the formula is 250 times cited, and the total number of items that is getting cited are 100. So 250 by 100, that is 2.5. So the impact factor for that particular journal is 2.5. So this is a formula proposed by the Web of Science, and they gave the word, it is what is supposed to be called as impact factor, right? So now what happened, there is another, this is Web of Science, there is another standard database called as Scopus, which is by Elsevier. So now even Elsevier cannot use the word impact factor because that has been copyrighted by Clarivate Analytics. So Elsevier is not authorized to use the word impact factor for its own publication, its own indexed journals. So what they have done is that they have made a slight change to the formula, and they said that the articles published for the previous 3 years, while Web of Science says for the previous 2 years, the Elsevier or Scopus says that for the previous 3 years, and they assign a different kind of impact factor. Now, for your understanding, I'm using the word impact factor. a different kind of metrics that is called as site score, right? So it is same. They are trying to say that what kind of impact this journal has had on the publications. What is its impact on the society, on research, like that, based on previous publications, the quality and its achievement. So they have adopt different formulas. They have different metrics. So these two are standard, right? So if your journal is indexed in Web of Science, it is having impact factor. If a journal is indexed in Scopus, it is having a site score value. Now there are journals which could be indexed in both. A journal which is been getting published for quite a long time, which has proven its quality, there is a lot of possibility that it may be indexed in both. So this journal will have impact factor also, site score value also, right? But this is a bit or a piece of probable no fake impact factors. You could see that no journals would say that we are indexed by the global impact factor, ISA impact factor, SAS impact factor, and all these things. All these words, whatever is furnished here, the moment you see these terminology as part of the journal website or as part of the email, please just boycott those journals, right? Do not even open that email. Do not even think about going to those journals because all of these are fake. Okay, so now, sir, I know I can avoid the predatory journal. I can avoid the fake journal and all these things. I know what is imperfect and all these things. But now, how to choose a journal, sir? Right? So now, how to choose a journal? There are several tools. One thing is that you need not rely on tools. You can just go to different sites, right? Like these sites, you can go there. These are all the sites. Uh, Basically, when you look at it, the Elsevier, which is a larger publishing group or publishing house, they have a tool called as Elsevier Journal Finder. So you go to that link, you click, provided you are trying to publish an article with Elsevier. So if you go to IEEE publication recommender, you open the link given there, you click that, and you can run a search. So whatever it will suggest is confined within that publishing house alone. So IEEE is a publication house which specializes in engineering and technology, elsewhere in social science, like that. Each one will be specializing in either a particular subject area or more than one or two publication no, domains, subject domains. So if your subject domain falls under any of these journals, you can go to these journal sites, click those links, but for that you need to have the minimum requirements, like you should have your abstract, you should have a proposed title. So what these tools will try to do is that after going to these sites, you click there and you give your title and you give your abstract, you give the keywords and all, then you run a search based on the input, that is your title and abstract and keywords. It will give the suggestion for probable match. So Elsevier, when you do this, it may give you a probable matching criteria and then say 3 journals match your area of contribution. That is what of the abstract you have written. Based on that, it will say these 3 journals are more fitting, and some journal finders also give the percentage of probability of match. It will say that this particular journal, journal number 1, has 75% match or 70% probability of acceptance. The second journal is having 25% probability of match or no probability of publishing, like that. Then you can make a wise decision by submitting to those journals and giving a try. These publisher specific tools can streamline your submission process only within their publishing house. Point number 1. It does not guarantee you that the publication will happen just because this tool helps you in identifying the channel. This tool simply goes through your algorithm, and based on the words that has been given as part of the title or abstract, it makes a match, that's all. It doesn't speak about the quality of your title or it doesn't speak about the quality of your abstract. Based on the words, it makes us a match. That's the only way of looking at. Beyond that, the role of the editor and reviewer comes in. So it is only to find a genre, right? So apart from the publishing house journal tool finders, these are all the third parties or independent journal selection tools. Why should you have 2 different criteria? So I'm not telling that you rely only on the publisher sites, because the publisher sites, like I said, there will be a limitation. You go to Elsevier's site, they will try to promote their publishing journals only. You go to IEEE, they will propose and promote only their publications. So you don't have a scope of looking at other publishers, or there is no scope for you to look at other journals, right? So what you can do is that you can go to these third-party sites, which are basically independent researchers who are helping is finding us a probable match for the journals, or there are editorial services, or language refining agencies who does this. Because what they do is that, for instance, the third one, Eden's Journal Selector, Inago, these kind of sites are sites which is having service. What kind of service do they have is that you have to submit your title, abstract, keywords and all. Then they will give the probable matching areas for journals. Then they will give you suggestions like, do you need refining the language of your presentation? If you say yes, then they will give you a link. You just go there. You need not submit your original article in the first place, right? Only abstract, keywords and title. Then you go further. They will say what are all the packages for 5-page reviewing and refining the language. What is the cost for rewriting the content? What is the cost, like that? So they are doing a service with a some benefit. Nobody is doing certain thing for free, right? So all these third party, either they are into the business of now making money through language revisions, improvising the content, or sometimes they are affiliates of these publishing houses. Eden's Journal Selector may be having a agreement with Elsevier. Inago may be having a agreement with Taylor and Francis and Sage. They may have no link with the 2-3 publishers. So these agencies help you not only identifying the journals, refining the language, and then getting it through the publishing house, right? So there are some sites which were working and which are not working. So when you're looking at the JANE, Journal Author Name Estimator, that is for biosemantics or biomechanical and bio supporting subjects, Think Check Submit is a site which basically has a checklist. Like, no, there is a lot of proposals given, whether the journal that you are submitting to is international journal, whether it is having an impact factor, whether it is having article processing charges, like that. Lot of questions will be asked. As you keep telling that yes, no, yes, no, based on that it will say whether it is worth submitting or not. Okay, so these are all some of the tools which will help you in navigating and making decision in the process of publishing. So these are all the databases which are standardized databases. So there could be several other databases, because you could often see that some journals list that our article is indexed in Scopus, Web of Science, DOAJ, Google Scholar. See, Google Scholar indexing is not as on date approved thing in the scholarly community. Google Scholar indexes many things, miscellaneous content. So it's not a databases which is kind of validated, approved thing, accepted among the Western or reputed publishers or reputed scientific community. So these 5 items, that is Directory of Open Access Journals, ADBC Journal Quality List, Scopus database, Web of Science database, and PubMed for biomedical and life sciences literature. So these databases, out of these 5, no, all of them are accessible. Please understand, accessing the content of Scopus or accessing the content of Web of Science is different. But when you are in the process of choosing a journal and try to see whether this journal is genuine, is it exactly being indexed in Scopus, or is it exactly being indexed in Web of Science? When you want to check these parameters, there are provisions to go and download the list from Scopus and Web of Science, which I will show you, which I have already downloaded, and of course I'll be sharing those details again with the organizers. PubMed, of course, it is freely accessible. ADBC journal list also, you can download the list. DOAJ, as the term implies, open access database, open access journals. So whatever is listed in the directory, all the journals will be open access. All the articles that are published in those journals, you'll be able to open and see those article without any problem or limitations. Okay, so now what you need to have in using this journal selection tool is just like I said, first you should have a clearly drafted article. We should have a precise title. So the title should have all the essential components in it. For instance, you are doing on no ethical research behavior among the researchers. So in whatever the methodology you have adopted, whether you have done a survey, you have done interview method, what are the things. So what are all the dimensions of questions, what are all the uh, parameters that you have adapted, what are the dimensions that you have covered in the questionnaire, all those dimensions should be part of the title keywords. It should be continuous linked with each other in a more informative way. So that gives you clarity about what the article is all going to speak about. Then you should have an abstract which is called as a structured abstract. So there you should have the purpose of the paper or the purpose of the research work, the methodology that has been adapted, and then you should give what all the major findings of this research output. Right? You should have a 5 to 8 clear, precise keywords, right? And you should have the journals citation prescribed as per the journal. You should have a citation in the thing. So if you have these contents ready with you, you can use any of the above said journal selection tool. You can go there, run a search, and then get a perfect match. So here I would like to tell you two things. One thing is that you can make use of these journal finders, and apart from these also you can go to individual journals of your choice and read the thing like no guidelines to authors to see that whether whatever you have created matches with them. Read the scope of the journal from the journal website itself and see. For instance, you are going to submit article to Journal of Economics, and then it may say that the scope of the article, no scope of the journal is it deals with microfinance, it deals with microeconomics, it deals with whatever the areas. Articles belonging to these areas alone will be accepted. And if your research is belonging to some other domain, don't even waste your time of submitting it. So that is why you need to read the scope of the journal in the first place rather than submitting and then regretting, because they are loaded with lots of work. So to get back to you and then say that this does not fit our scope, that itself will take 1 or 2 months. So you are wasting your 2 months just because you are not able to spend few minutes reading the scope of the journal, right? So when it comes to the citation style, like both principal and secretary, they clearly mentioned that no, Zotero and Mendy, I was so taken back. No, they are very much informed. They are telling almost all the tools which are required for the thing. Well-read people, they are able to recall and tell all the tools required for right from picking your journal or right from designing a research objective till publishing. So they rightly pointed out Zotero and Mendeley. What I would suggest is that you should try start learning. If you're already using, it's good. For those who have not started using, try to use such kind of tools, Zotero or Mendeley, which are for the citation management. So in what way does it help is that you create an article using these kind of citation managers, then you submit your article to your particular journal. This journal may say that the citation should be according to the APA, American Psychology Association style. You submit to them, and after 1 month or 2 months, for certain reason, they are telling, okay, this cannot be accepted. Then you send it to the next journal. There they may be asking with a different citation style altogether. So if you're following these citation managers, just by a single click, the entire content gets revised. Please understand the text what you have written will not change. Only the citation, in-text citation alone will get changed. So it will not disturb the idea what you wanted to communicate, but only the citation alone will be changed just by a single click of your mouse. It eases the problem, and then it is ready to submit within minutes. You can submit to the next journal, right? So what you should do for safe publication is that make clear decision with where to submit your article. Of course, all of us are desperate in getting a publication in the shortest time, right? That is because of lack of planning. What happens now? You should have a timeline. For anything, you should have a timeline. So now my previous vice chancellor used to tell that no, don't think too much that I should publish 3 papers, 5 papers in a year. No, think that I should publish at least 1 paper a year. So somebody who is aiming for promotion, your stage 1 to stage 2, minimum 4 years or 5 years. So if your target is at least one article, quality article per year, you should have a timeline. The first 3 months, you should come out with research strategies, research questions, formulate the tools like devising your questionnaires and all these things. Next 1 or 2 months for data collection, analysis. So 6 months is spent on formulation to content derivation, analysis, everything. So next 2 months is for writing, using the tools like Zotero or using the image creators or no improvisations using other kind of tools, viewers, viewer, and all those things. Once all this thing is done, simple, you submit and then wait. So the moment you have made this planning, you have come out with a systematic way of designing your article and then submit. After submission, your role is over. You don't have control over what is going to happen with the publisher side. So then what you can do, start focusing on your next paper. So if the paper is getting reviewed or approved, it will automatically happen. Or if the reviewer is giving any minor revisions, they'll get back to you by email. You need not keep no waiting till that time that I will not work on my next research paper. Do not wait. It will be coming back within a month or 2 months. When they say that this needs minor revisions, you can make those minor revisions and submit back to the publisher, and you'll be happy to see that it is getting published. So what you aimed for, what the target you have set for 1 year is achieved, and already you have started the second paper. This is how you can say even 1 paper per year in a quality standard journal, right? So in the case you adopt these parameters, when you plan it properly, there is no rush for you that I should publish. What happens is that the research scholars, they do not think about the publication almost up to 3 years, 4 years later. Only when they are in a pressure to submit the thesis, then in the last moment they make hook up something, they write up something, and then they just simply dump the paper with the research guide, or they just dump it with the publisher. And then often they could see that it is repeatedly getting rejected, right? And so there is a desperation, because unless this article is published, they cannot submit their thesis. So that is where they are under high pressure. What happens is that they are ready to pay and get it published at one point. They go to a journal without validating whether it is a hijacked journal, it is a predatory journal. They pay heavy amount like 30,000, 50,000, and they later on they burn their fingers. They know that it is not indexed. So it is not only waste of money and waste of time, it is your entire research time is wasted. You are now no wrong place. No, you will be in trouble for not submitting thesis on time. Right? Try to avoid all these things. Plan everything in a systematic fashion, right? And always choose journals which has review policy, which mentions the timeline taken by it. It will spell out in the website itself. From the moment you submit, minimum this much of time is for first decision. After first decision till acceptance, this is the time taken. After acceptance, this is the time taken for publication. If your website says all these details and you feel this timeline what they have said is genuine, because the same kind of strategy can be followed by even the predatory publishers. They will say first decision within 7 days, and then acceptance within 30 days, and publication 40th day. Oh, this seems to be genuine. The timeline is spelled here, and they are charging only 3,000 rupees. It is very cheap also. This is how they lure you. Don't go to those things. And look at the site, the way it is constructed, whether it is having any manipulated impact factors, do they spell or anything that they sometimes they will say, you bring in one more researcher for your next publication, we will give you a discount. The first time you're going to publish, it is 3,000 per article. So next time you come to us, we'll give you 2,000 per article. So there you can understand very much who will say like that. No established journal will speak this way. So if they are speaking this kind of language in their website, that shows that they are predatory journal. Do not go to such kind of journals, right? Okay, these are all the sites where from the concepts and ideas have been derived, and also some of the sites which has been no where from you can check. So the presentation is not over. I have prepared this PPT for communicating with these certain things, right? And I have some data here, which are, like I said, I'm going to share with Madam, the organizing team. They will give you the complete list, right? So this is the Scopus content. Like I said, when you say that, sir, my institution does not have Scopus access, right? No problem. What you have to do is that you have to go to a website called as Simago JR, right? You need to go to Simago JR. Is it visible?
Yes, sir. It's visible, sir.
Yeah, I'm just trying to increase the font. Uh, yeah, this is Simago JR. So this is the site where you can go and search for Scopus journals. So this is free of cost. Your institution need not have any subscription. You go to the Simago JR and you can download the data. So that is what I have done. So this is the data. So you could see that this is ranked. The journals are ranked based on the impact factor or the so-called impact factor, because impact factor is for Web of Science. Here they are using site score based on that. So now they are assigning a quality parameter, and then they say there's something called as quartile 1. Journals which are highly ranked are classified as quartile 1. Then you will have quartile 2, quartile 3, quartile 4, like that. Then H index is given, total number of documents. So whatever the details you want to know about a particular journal, be it the name of the journal, the publisher's credibility, whether it is available for open access, what is its citation count, everything is given here, right? And this gives a complete picture. 3,000 or 31,136 journals, right? This I have applied for a particular domain. That's why the number of journals are less. You can download the entire content as well, right? This is for Scopus. And then for Web of Science, you have the extended list. Sorry, this is again Scopus. So this is Scopus completely. This is also downloadable. You need to go to the Scopus site and create a login using your email ID. You have to create a login. So this is the total number of journals as on October 2025. So here some are identified in red color. I have sorted those red color journals at the top. These are the journals which has been removed from Scopus. These journals used to be with the Scopus earlier. As you could see the remark here, discontinued by Scopus, because some journals which were in Scopus but had been removed later because they are not following the parameters of quality, then it will be removed. It is not that some journal which is into Scopus will always remain to be there, right? I will show you the thing, like some journals which existed there just only for 1 year or 2 years, right? So there are journals which existed only for 1 year. So it enters into the Scopus, getting indexed into the Scopus. The moment it is inside the Scopus, immediately they switch over to the predatory mode. They think that we can make a lot of money because we are into the Scopus, and researchers don't mind paying a heavy money. Even when it is inside Scopus, there is a monitoring committee which looks into the parameters, and if any complaints are made, it will be studied and then it will be discontinued. So this is the exact list of journals which were discontinued from Scopus in the year 2025 October month. So every month it is subject to review, and this is accepted title in October 2025. So every month there is a list of journals which is accepted. There is a list of title which is discontinued, and this is a wholesome list, complete list. So anything that is discontinued will be marked in red, and then a remark will be given discontinued by Scopus. So this is accessible to you. You need not be depending on somebody asking, sir, I don't have access. You need not say all those claims. So this is the ABDC list for Commerce, Economics and Management. This is by Australian Board Dean's Council. ABDC stands for Australian Board Dean's Council. So these they also follow certain quality like quartile 1 and quartile 4 as mentioned in Scopus. They follow a strategy called as ABCD. So A is the top tier, B is second tier, C is third, and D is third tier. Here also you could find a lot of interdisciplinary journals, be it related to library science, education, sociology. You'll find right they according to different years. What are the journals were there in ADBC? All of them has been given. This all list also you can access. Right then you have this no, yeah. This I wanted to show to you the suspicious part. Why this, like I said, no, a journal which is into the scopus, but then starts, you could see that this particular journal, right, which is having only 2 issues per year. In 2019, volume number 5, issue number 1 and 2, there were only 2 issues. Year 2020, 2 issues, 21, 2 issues, 22, 2 issues, 23, 2 issues, 24, how many issues? They increase the number of issues because probably what happens is that the editorial governance board has changed. See, when in a business is for quality, but then if the top management changes and the top management makes a decision that we need to make money, they set a target, then they will try to increase the number of publications per year. So you could see that in 2024 it has become 3 issues. And much more worse is the case. This is the index journal in Scopus. Please see that it is in quartile 4 as of 2025 based on the 2024 data. Right now, what happens is that year now the volume 11, how many issues are coming? See, 20 issues have come. The 20 issues are regular one, and there are special issues as well. So this is a way of looking at a journal and then saying whether it will be genuine. See, 2 things. It is in Scopus. So not that when you want to publish in a particular journal, you go to a journal and see whether it is in Scopus. Point 1, you should see whether it is in Scopus. How to see? Go to SciMago JR and then download the details from the SciMago JR, what all the latest journals, or go to Scopus and download the Scopus list, source list. Look for the journal name, what you want to publish. Parameter 1. I have ascertained it is in Scopus. Fine. The second thing is that go to the journal itself and look for previous issues. Like this, you try to make a comparison. Right? Like this, when you try to make a comparison and see, right, when you try to make a comparison and see how the journal is changing itself, where it has been standing for quality in the initial days and how it got into the Scopus, gradually it is moving towards a business model where it is compromising on the quality and increasing the number of papers getting accepted, then you should not submit. The reason is that, say I'm doing this analysis in the month of January, I see that the number of issues in the journal has increased drastically. I submit to this journal, it is in Scopus, it is quality, fine. Now what happens, from the initial review to the acceptance, it takes nearly 6 months minimum. So by June, they are going to tell, yes, your article is accepted, we are going to publish. Right? When it gets published, meanwhile, it will be getting delisted in Scopus because somebody has written a mail stating that this journal is behaving differently. It is started publishing too much exorbitantly and it is making revenue. Then it is under study now by the review committee of Scopus. They will stop this journal anytime and it will be discontinued. So the article what you have submitted and how long you have waited, now it will be out. So no journal is static. Scopus is dynamic, Web of Science is dynamic, right? All, so not only mere presence of the journal in the database means it is quality. The quality is always subjective. It is likely to change. One thing is avoiding predatory and fake journal is first. Even if something in Scopus, you need to do some micro analysis using these parameters. Then you are in safe hands. And the other thing is that UGC care list. This also a lot of questions comes to me whenever I make a presentation. UGC care list has been stopped. So at the moment when the UGC care list was scrapped, they have put up a circular and then said, as on date of scrapping the UGC care list, whatever the journals that existed in UGC care list, they have given it as a PDF. Even that PDF, I'm going to share with the organizers, so you can get the content from them. Yes, this is my communication with you or contribution to you. So I'll be happy to interact. No, any questions from your side, I'll be happy to answer.
Dear participants, if you have any queries, you can interact with sir. Sir will clear your doubts. You can put it in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself and you can ask questions.
Okay, I'll just say one thing with my previous experience. I can share you a few more details. Though no, the thing is that actually one person in my last presentation, not here in some other organization, what happened there is that that person actually submitted an article to Scopus Index Journal. It got published, but then what happened? It was not, the content was not in the Scopus database. So the when the person was applying for thesis submission with the university, there was certain issues. So then what I said, I clarified with the person is that kindly make sure that no, in the review process when you submit an article, you have a proof of submission on what date it has been submitted. The same way, when it goes through the rigorous review process and all those things, after say takes 3 months or 6 months or 8 months, whatever it may be, at the end they will send you one more mail. Kindly look at the author proof, the layout you are submitting in a Word file. They will convert that Word file into the journal layout in a PDF format, and then they will send it to you. That is called as author proof model, and they will ask you that do you agree to this or do you approve this author proof model. So that is the time again you need to go and check whether this journal still exists in Scopus, whether this journal is still in UGC care list and all such thing. Because you take 1 day time at least to investigate that at that moment. Because if you see that at that moment the journal is no more in Scopus, or it is no more being listed in UGC care list or any other thing, you can get back and then say, I do not want to approve this. You have every right. You are not transferring the copyright. You are not giving acceptance that it shall be published with them. Even you can quote to them that when I submitted, it was in Scopus, but now that it is not in Scopus, so I do not want to approve this model. I take back my article. You have to document this. You have to mention it in your email and take back the article so that this shall be submitted somewhere else. Or you see that it is still there in the Scopus, so you give your acceptance, right? This acceptance is given in say November. The article gets published in the following issue, which is in December or January, but then by the time again it gets delisted from Scopus. It is not your fault. You can prove to the committee of PC submission that at the time of acceptance it was in Scopus. That is what will speak for you, right? You are making decisions based on the availability of the journal at the time of submission, at the time of acceptance. These two are important dates where you need to maintain the communication in a sequential fashion and take the screenshots. And from the databases like this Excel, even if it says discontinued from Scopus, they will say in which month it was. Like you see, no, journals discontinued in October 2025. So in that list, if your journal is not there, but it's get delisted in 2025. So your article acceptance happened in October and it is discontinued in October 2025. It's not your fault. Nobody can blame you. And your article has to be accepted, be it for thesis awarding, PhD awarding, or be it for promotion. Because it is dynamic, it will always likely to change, right? Yes. Any questions?
Dear participants, if you have any queries regarding publication or any clarification, you can raise questions.
If you have any,
Sir will clear your
yeah, if you
doubts.
have any inhibition, like
Chat
I
box,
have
you
said, you
can.
can chat box. Please make use of the chat box.
You can post your doubts in the chat box.
or even teachers need not be participants. Even if teachers they have any doubts, there are, I could see that from the organizing team also there are
Sir, this is
so many
Arunam,
academic.
sir. Sir, this is Arunam.
Yeah, yes, sir,
Yes,
sir,
sir.
please, sir.
Sir, actually, there are so many lists to identify the predatory journals, right? Because beyond list, predatorjournals.com and all, there are so many sites are also available to find out the predatory journals. What
Yes,
to
sir.
believe and what not to believe.
No, no, from the list of websites, no, where they have put the predictions, how to believe or not to believe.
Because no, whenever we are looking for any predatory journals, the first linking sites would be like predatory journal. Go to predatorjournals.com or Beyond's list. Like they are recommending lot of journals for which are all got predatory.
Hmm.
But how to justify that are the right source of information.
No, that's why I was telling that you go to the most authentic, the person who has framed the word. It's a journal. Printed journal is Jeffrey Beal. Though he is not maintaining the site anymore, it is being taken over by some other scholar and who is maintaining it. The list is still active. It is updated on a daily basis. That is the most reliable, most authentic source in the first place for identifying, and irrespective of the country of origin of the list, right? They are looking at the publications from across the globe. So if you want to submit to any journal which you feel suspicious, you can write quoting that this is the journal where I want to publish. Is it worth to publish? Could you just evaluate? Right? They will get back to you within a week. It will be posted on their website itself, stating that on what ground they feel that this journal is not worthy. So they will do the analysis and post it on the website comments. I have done it in myself. I have experimented with it, but that was during the time of Jeffrey Beal. He wrote back on the website stating that yes, rightly pointed out, this is a predatory journal. So that kind of interaction should happen rather than going to any static website and looking at because sometimes even business competitors will simply tag their fellow competing journal as a predatory journal, just submitting it to any third party sites.
And a second question, sir. Many cases, even we are telling our faculty members to check in SciMago site and all. But even we check in SciMago site or Scopus source site, we are able to find that the same journal which has been cloned or which has been migrated as such a journal. In that case, we are all getting cheated. In which way it can be identified as a right journal, a right source of our publication. Even in Scopus and above, since the same case it's existing, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
for that we need some sort of clarity on even in Scopus or above things how to identify the right source of publication.
Yeah, right, sir. It's a good question. Now, like Armo sir was mentioning, in Saimaga JR, I'll just share the screen and show you in Saimaga what happens. Saimago JR is this site. So this is owned by the Scopus. It is a subsidiary of Scopus. So here you go and then type Journal of Technology. So I want to see whether this journal exists. I type Journal of Technology. So now there are a lot of journals that is coming with the phrase Journal of and Technology at different places. So if exactly what I want, I can give within double quotes. So exact word Journal of Technology, then only that particular journal will be listed. No, it is not coming that way. Okay. Or if you have the ISSN, you can give the ISSN of the journal. Oh, sorry. Okay, it's not following the double quotes mechanism. So let me take one example. Okay, British Journal of Education Technology, right? I'll just simply take this British Journal of Education Technology here. So this journal, it will give the details. When you click that journal, it will give the details, and then the country of publication, what is the domain and all. But what happens that next to this publisher on the right top, you could see the publisher and then the details of the publisher. Here they are supposed to give the home page. In some cases it is given and in some cases it is not given. Here home page is there, right? So you take this, click this home page. So from this database, you will be directed to the genuine journal, right? British Journal of Education Technology. So here you make sure that no, you go to these authors, and then author guidelines and submission, everything is there. No, so this is genuine. But the Simega JR is not 100% complete. In many cases, this home page or contact details is not explicitly given. It is not done perfectly because of that, like Armu sir said, there are issues. Now, when the details given are incomplete, right? Because once you go to the scopus in yeah, when information is given in scopus, there they are not giving the contact details, but in Simogo the contact details and all are given. You have to go through that mechanism and then start your initial process of communicating. That is the only way to verify, because wherever you don't have scopus access, you have to highly rely on the Simogo GR. So go through this channel, look for home page, go to that home page, from there you take the lead. But if the imposter, like you say, there are cloned journals which has the same name, but they will have different web page. Obviously, they cannot have the same web page. They may try to imitate the web page, but their address will be totally different. So, for instance, I have indiantechnology.org. The other person will have indiantechnology.com, or no, Indian technology, some other thing, 12.com, something like that. So the moment you are going through the Simogo JR and clicking on a home page, you'll be taken to the authentic journal only. That is the only guarantee. But if the home page is not there, that's the reason I wanted to search for Journal of Technology. It's not coming. Only thing I need to go scroll through. It is coming in 20 pages, 30 pages. You need to scroll through and then find. It will take some time. You can do the process and find out.
Thank you, Armugam sir. Thank you, Leela Karan sir.
Thank you, sir.
It was really informative, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, while you are publishing,
Yes.
we have seen an impact factor and citation index also.
Yes.
So based on the impact factor and the citation, how we can suggest a better journal, sir? Which one we have to see to have a better publication?
Ma'am, based on
Many journals are giving impact factor.
yeah, ma'am. Like I said, impact, the word impact factor applies only for Web of Science journals. So the moment you see
Yes,
the
sir.
word
Yes, sir.
impact factor and it is a Web of Science journal, naturally you can go for it. So having a citation, any journal article will have a citation. So I am publishing in a local journal, which is not indexed in any standard database. But what will happen is that it will be shown in Google Scholar. The moment it is showing in a Google Scholar, be it a conference volume or a journal article, if it is cited by X or Y, my own friend, my own student, if they are citing me, it will show it is cited once, cited twice, thrice. Citation will keep on increasing. Because of that, my H value also will increase in the Google Scholar. So Google Scholar H index is not a more reliable value at all. So if you're talking about quality and other things, you have to go to either Scopus or Web of Science only. And the citation is a very subjective term, right? If you are talking about citations received within Scopus, you are looking at that value and then you want to publish in the journal, that is more appropriate.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Dear participants, if you have any doubts, you can unmute yourself and ask from sir. Sir will clear your doubts. I hope it was really informative and it was very clear, crystal clear presentation, sir. Really, it was very useful for all the scholars and the professors who are in the online meet.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So, respected participants, we'll just move to the end of this first session. To express our gratitude to the resource person of the first session, I kindly call upon Dr. A. Jayasudha, Vice Principal and Assistant Professor of History, to deliver the note of appreciation for this session. Please, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. A very warm afternoon to everyone present here. On behalf of the Internal Quality Assurance Cell and Sister Lily PUSHPAM Library, it is my privilege to propose the vote of thanks for this highly informative session 1. First and foremost, I express my deep gratitude to our respected Secretary, Reverend Sister A. Mary Celestina, for the constant support, guidance, and encouragement extended to all our academic initiatives. Thank you, dear sister. My sincere thanks to our beloved principal, Reverend Dr. L. Vasanthi Medona, for her continuous motivation, leadership, and gracious presence that elevate every academic endeavor of our institution. Thank you, respected sister. With great pleasure, I express our sincere thanks to our distinguished resource person, Dr. M. Leeladharan, Associate Professor, Department of Library and Information Science, Central University of Pondicherry. Sir, your expert insights on journal selection for publishing have provided us with clarity, direction, and practical strategies that are essential for any researcher aiming for quality publications. We are truly grateful for your time and the depth of knowledge you shared with us today. Thank you, sir. I extend my heartfelt appreciation to our IPC coordinator and research director, Dr. A. Maria Saroja, for conceptualizing this national level workshop and creating this valuable learning platform for scholars and faculty members. Thank you, dear ma'am. A special word of gratitude to our librarian, Dr. P. Jansi Rose, and Ms. Michael J. Priya, Assistant Professor of Biological Science, for organizing and coordinating today's program with meticulous planning and dedication. Thank you, dear professors. I also thank all faculty members, research scholars, and participants for your enthusiastic engagement. It has made this session meaningful and successful. A heartfelt appreciation goes to the organizing team, technical support staff, and all those who worked silently behind the scenes to ensure the smooth conduct of this session. Once again, a sincere thank you to everyone present here. We look forward to your active participation in the upcoming sessions as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. For Thank you so much, sir, for your great presentation and a wonderful session. Really, it was an eye-opening session for us to know about Web of Science and Scopus, how we can avoid the predator journals in the day-to-day life. It will be very useful for our scholars and the upcoming researchers also. So, dear participants, with this, we end up the session one. The feedback link for the session one will be posted in the chat box. Please kindly use it. And we will resume the meeting at 1:30 p.m. After the break. We'll have the session two. It will be handled by our resource person, Dr. J. R. Mugam, librarian, PSG College of Technology, Coimbatore. He'll be conducting the session on collaborative research and academic profile management platforms exactly at 1:30 p.m. Dear participants, I repeat it, at 1:30 p.m. we'll resume the second session. Will be conducted by Dr. J. R. Mugam, librarian by PSG College of Technology, Coimbatore. So we are eagerly expecting your presence for the second session also. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Dear participants, the Google form regarding the first session will be posted now. Kindly utilize it. And for the first session, we'll have the feedback form in the chat box. Kindly fill the feedback form. Those who have completed the filling, you can leave the meeting and kindly resume at 1:30 p.m. for the session two. We'll have a much later session by Dr. J. R. Moham. Good afternoon to one and all gathered here for the national workshop organized by St. Ignatius College of Education, Autonomous Palankote, on the theme Smart Publishing in the Digital Age, Strategies for Journal Publishing and Academic Profile Management, organized by the Internal Quality Assurance Cell and Sister Lily PUSHPAM Library of our esteemed institution. Dear participants, we are in the session 2. We extend a warm welcome to everyone as we reconvene for the session 2 of the National Workshop on the topic Collaborative Research and Academic Profile Management Platforms will be handled by Dr. J. Armugam, Librarian, PSG College of Technology, Coimbatore. To warmly welcome our next resource person and introduce him, I formally invite Dr. P. Johnsy Rose, Librarian, to extend a formal introduction and the welcome. Please, ma'am.
A very pleasant and energizing afternoon to everyone gathered here. I hope the morning session have left you intellectually stimulated and eager for more insightful ideas. As we move into our afternoon session, we continue our journey of learning with renewed focus and enthusiasm. It is now my privilege to introduce Dr. J. Armugam. Dr. J. Armugam is an accomplished professional in library and information science, currently serving as a librarian at PSG College of Technology, Coimbatore since 2016. With over a decade of rich experience in academic and corporate library services, his career spans reputed institutions such as Tata Consultancy Services, Anna Centenary Library, Indian School of Business, and Tamil Nadu Veterinary and Animal Sciences University. He holds multiple academic degrees, including a PhD in Library and Information Science from Bharatidasan University and postgraduate qualifications in Science, Management, Arts, and Human Resource Management. He also qualified UGC NET in 2011, further establishing his academic credentials. His expertise lies in open source tools and content management systems, information retrieval, and scientometric studies. He is recognized for his proactive and innovative approaches to integrating technology into library services and knowledge systems. A profile author and a researcher, Dr. Armugam has published extensively with over 6 books, 9 book chapters, 8 edited proceedings, 43 journal articles, and 169 conference papers focusing on scientometric analysis, academic integrity, digital tools in libraries, and education policy alignment. Notable contributions include publications in journals such as Library Philosophy and Practice, Journal of Engineering Education Transformations, and Sandlux journals. He has translated 12 library and information science course content modules for Indira Gandhi National Open University, New Delhi. He has delivered more than 280 invited talks, guest lectures in various national and international conferences, seminars, workshops, and symposiums. He has organized 20 workshops and seminars in national and international level. He has been the recipient of numerous prestigious awards, including the National Best Librarian Award and Best Outstanding Service in Library and Information Science from the Madras University, and Dr. T. Srinivasan Outstanding Researcher Award from SALIS in 2024. His involvement in research projects such as E-Grant underscores his commitment to scholarly advancement. Earlier in his career,
He received the Dr. S.R. Ranganathan Endowment Award in 2009 and the Librarian P. Kalyana Sundaram Award in 2009, both from the University of Madras. He has also received 8 Best Paper Awards from Manipal University, Rajasthan, Indira Gandhi Center for Atomic Research, Kalpakkam, Crescent University, Chennai, Central University of Tamil Nadu, Tiruvarur, National Engineering College, JPAS College, Chennai, Alagappa University, Karaikudi, Central University of Pondicherry. He is a board of studies member and a selection committee member in various universities and colleges. He has visited Japan and Sri Lanka for academic prospects. He is a life member of professional societies such as Society for Advancement of Library and Information Science, Madras Library Association, American Library Association, Tamil Nadu Library Association, and Indian Library Association. And Dr. J. Arumugam's professional profile reflects a blend of scholarly rigor, technological innovation, and service excellence, making him a leading figure in the evolving landscape of library and information science in India. He will be presenting on collaborative research and academic profile management, a subject that is not only crucial for researchers and academics, but also for everyone looking to grow their impact and visibility in their academic world. His insights help us understand how we can better manage our academic profiles and build meaningful collaborations to enhance our research. With great anticipation, we extend our warmest welcome to Dr. J. Arumugam and invite him to take the session forward. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much
much,
for the
ma'am.
nice introduction. Yeah, thank you,
Uh,
ma'am. Thanks a lot.
uh, thank, thank you so much, ma'am, for your gracious words of welcome. Now I hand over the session to our resource person, Dr. J. R. Mugam, librarian from PSG College of Technology, Coimbatore. Sir, session is yours, sir.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you so much.
Thanks a lot. Thank you so much. So, very good afternoon to one all present here. It's my great pleasure to share some of my knowledge on the topic collaboration and networking, and what are the academic profile management as should as academician or as a research scholar we should aware of. I'm happy to share my views. And before that, I would like to thank the management and the organizing secretary for conducting this nice workshop on the right time. Because as a research scholar, we are all now struggling to publish our scholarly publications, and how to create visibility for our publication. We are all struggling for that. So in that connect, I'm very happy to uh, the steps taken by the organizing secretary for taking a right topic on the right time. Am I audible, right? All of you, can you please
Yes,
confirm?
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
thank you so
sir.
much. The
Yes, sir. You're
presentation
audible,
is
sir.
also visible, right? The
Yes, sir.
presentation is
It's
visible,
visible.
right? Okay, thank you. So this is the agenda I would like to talk about. What are the collaborative and research method as a researcher and as academician we should follow, and what are all the various academic profile management platforms are available, and which we are not involving in it. So basic academic research management profiles like Google Scholar, ResearchGate, Academia, Orchid, Linktree, and Impact Story, and also the other research management platforms like Vidwan through Indian Research Information Network System, Researcher ID, and Scopus ID. These are the various academic research management platforms I'm going to touch upon, and the major importance will be given to the various collaborative and research networking methods we should follow. And this is the way the sequence should be. And collaborative research approach. The moment we are talking about the research methods, we are in the position to think about collaborative research method. So the collaborative research method involves multiple researchers. It's not a single researcher method, or it is not a single researcher's involvement. It involves multiple researchers, institution, and stakeholders working together towards a shared research goal. Our research goal is a common thing, and towards that research, achieve the research goal, we are in the position to do some collaborative research approach. This model actually encourages like your expertise. You can share your expertise, your resources, and perspective on solving some complex problems that often comes under the category of cross-disciplinary or organization boundary. And how we can approach this? What are the key features we have on collaborative research methodology? One is called interdisciplinary research method. Whereas many are having a question, sir, I am not getting more citation for my research work. Though I am a very good researcher on this particular area of research, I am not able to create more visibility. How to create more visibility on my research work? The first concept is called we need to go for a collaborative research method of interdisciplinary. How we can do that? So we can collaborate with our own discipline. Apart from that, normally nowadays many of the research is collaboratively doing with computer science people, or we are all talking about a niche area called artificial intelligence, and we are all talking about the area called the mathematical statistics, economical statistics, that is called that can be elaborating in a various extensions like econometrics, actuarial sciences. So the base subject is applying with another discipline called interdisciplinary concept. So we can apply our collaboration methods with various field that integrates with the various different viewpoints and methodologies. And but the another important key feature is like a for shared goal. Nowadays, all the grants and funds are getting applied based on the goal what we are planning out, and we should have a shared goal. So all the collaborators towards working on a common and collectively with a defined objective. So based on that only, your grants and your if you are applying for any funds or any proposal that is getting sanctioned. And the third important feature, what we call on collaborative research method, is called resource sharing, and it includes access to facilities, data, tools, and government is having a lot of data in open access. And if you want to have a census data, if you want to have economic data, all these data is right now available in open platforms. So for applying with all these facilities like open data, tools, funding, and it improves a lot of resource sharing concept. For that, this kind of collaborative research is very much useful, and we can adapt it to this. And joint decision making, it cannot be a monopoly decision making. We can go for some joint decision making that empathize on inclusive planning, governance, and problem solving processes. And open communication is another feature. So we can have a frequent and transparent communication channel that are maintained throughout the project lifecycle. This is what happening with right now. So in order to discuss about scholarly publishing, in order to discuss about predatory journals, and what kind of collaborative research method I can go for, and what are the academic research management system I need to adapt. So this kind of open communication really creates a healthy communication that makes a common goal called achieve to publish in a right platform to avoid the predatory channels. This is the way. And what are the benefits of the collaboration? It's very clear. We can have enhanced creativity and innovation concept in each and every discipline that will give a different kind of diverse perspectives lead to the novel solutions. And we can go for the access to the broader expertise, even what are the systems we have that can be adapted, and we can have a leverage specialized knowledge and equipment on various concepts what we have in and around. And if we are talking about collaboration networking, obviously it will increase the research impact, and it helps to produce high quality publications and broader equipments. And if we go for improved funding opportunity, it is another important area. If we are applying for any other funding opportunities throughout, as an Indian arena of getting funds, research grant, tapping research funding and all, we thought of only getting funds from RRLF or DST or DBT. But apart from that, there are around more than 25 research funding opportunities are available from government agencies. So we can, if you are ready to collaborate, and we are, there is a very good opportunity to tap a research fund from various funding organizations, and we can do collaborative research funds to attract more funding opportunity for our institution, for our region, and there are a lot of things can be applied, and that can be improved our dissemination of research and what we have applied for our research work. So these are the major benefits. And when we comes to for challenges of collaboration, coordination complexity. Many of the time, this coordination may not happen within our institution, and most probably outside of our institution, the coordination is missing. The workflow cannot be done in a prompt way because since we are going for we are maintaining diverse team with us, and we are maintaining a workflow in a diverse region, so that may not be possible. That is a very good challenging for us. That is a area we need to concentrate more. And another important challenge is like data sharing issue. What kind of data we have and how we are getting how it is getting shared with the people, and that is meticulous planning is required when it comes for data sharing. And the third important aspect, like cultural differences. If you are working with a various region, obviously we are supposed to encounter the cultural differences. The institutional culture may be different, the work style is different. So we are going to have this kind of issues when it comes for an unequal contribution. These are all the various issues. Normally, whenever we are taking up any project, the hindrance will be the challenges will be the. So what kind of terms and conditions, what kind of agreement we sign with them, and how we are going to deal with them, that is truly depends upon the people how we are going to face it up. So this is what the major challenges. And the best what are the best practices we can adapt for effective collaboration. One is like we can have a clear cut role and responsibility. What we are doing and what is the role and responsibility is slides with each and everyone that need to be done. And second important best practice like data and authorship agreement. We should have a clear cut data even for our publication, scholarly publication. What kind of rights or lies with the author, what kind of rights or lies with the publisher. We should have a clear cut agreement. Then only we can have a healthy scholarly publication relationship between author and publisher, as well as with the institutional policy. So that is important. So we are supposed to create a formal agreement for data management and publication credits. And third, best practice we are supposed to follow is like foster trust and respect. We need to cultivate an environment of mutual respect and open dialogue. That is another important area we need to concentrate more. That is the sort of best practice for effective collaboration. And we need to utilize the collaboration tools. Like nowadays there are with the help of information communication technology, we have a lot of collaboration tools right now to work with. For an example, we have some tools like Google Workspace, Microsoft Teams, project management tool. I am also going to touch upon what are all the tools we can adapt if you want to have a very good collaboration networking application with research. I am also going to touch upon. And we have a regular progress reviews. That is also important. We are starting up a project is not important thing. How well it is planned and what are all the progress review we are going for, and that should be monitored in a proper way with, and based on that we are supposed to adapt the strategies. That is all the best practice we need to go for. And now we'll come for the tools we can adapt for collaborative research. When we plan for doing a collaborative research, for example, Ignatius College of Education want to tie up with the St. Xavier's College of Education, or they want to have a tie up with Directorate of Technical Education. So what kind of collaborative tools we can make use of? For an example, we can make use of a tools called Slack for team messaging, and we can make use of the tool called like Google Drive, GitHub can be used, and Microsoft Teams. And right, we are using these kind of tools right now for doing resource sharing right now by using this kind of techniques. And I have given very clear what kind of tools and what purpose it can be used. Nowadays, we can make use of some of the tools for like Miro and all for visual collaboration. That is having applications like whiteboarding, brainstorming, and real-time editing that can be done. And to conduct a visual meetings, we can make use of the tools called Gmeet and Zoom and all. So what we are doing is we are doing screen sharing right now. What's happening, recording, breakout rooms, all these are happening. So these are the tools can be applied. And with respect to file sharing and document collaboration, we can make use of the tools like Google Workspace, like Doc, Sheets, Slides. Yeah, in future, I can tell you like very clearly. In future, we may not be using any subscribed or any proprietary tools like, because we are all working in the era of agentic AI. We started using lot of open source applications and sharing applications. We have started using it. In that context, we'll just think about Google plays a vital role with us. Google is having more than 64 products for education purpose alone. Now we can make use of tools called the Google Doc, Slides, Sheets for sharing the real-time collaboration editing, and we can do whatever we want. We can comment, we can do a cloud storage application. All this can be done. And third, second important tool is like overleaf. Overleaf is one of the important tool I can suggest you people. You can make a note of it and you can try it out, because without paying a single penny from your pocket, you can make use of these tools. That can be used for even if you are writing an article for scientific papers, or if you are writing an article for technology based papers. So these are the tools you can always apply. You can upload the paper by using this tool, and the same file which you have uploaded, that can be viewed by the research scholar or the guide to whom you have shared, so that the real time changes can be done. Real time advice or suggestions you can get it from your likely minded people. Your paper will be corrected, your paper will be criticized or commented on real time basis. So these are all the important thing we can adapt, and you can go for a proper citation management by using the tool called overleaf. Even if you take some central universities like Pondicherry, Central University of Punjab and all, they have already adopted this tools called overleaf. And the third tool which you can adopt is like a Dropbox and OneDrive. So this tool can be used for syncing and access control and taking a real-time backup. For that purpose, this Dropbox and OneDrive can be used. And another tool is like Notion. Notion is a tool which can be used for team knowledge based writing. You can formulate some team, and you can have a very good knowledge base you can discuss, and it can be shared with likely minded people over there. For that, this can be used. And to manage with the research data management, you can make use of a tool called Open Science Framework (OSP). So what we can do is we can share our paper as a preprint, and we can store it, and we can make a transparent tool, transparent knowledge for them, so they can do that. And there is another tool for research data management like Fixture and Zenoda. So these are the tools can be adapted for getting data, and you can make it available on any publication directory. For an example, if your article is supposed to be with a proper DOI, then that should be registered with the Fixture. And you want to create more visibility, you want to share your article in open access platform, then you can make use of the application of the tools called Fixture and Zenoda. And something called Web Archive and Synode. This is like a what are the protocols you are supposed to follow when you are writing an article, and what has to be stored. So you can make use of this tool called for research data management like Open Science Framework, Fixture, Zenoda, and Lab Archive are the tools you can make use of. So these are the tools I am just touching upon to make a very good collaborative research environment. You can make use of a very good networking environment on your own discipline. For that, these are the tools are really very much helpful for you. And reference when it comes to reference management, you can make use of the tool called Zotero, Mendeley, and EndNote. I think many are already using Mendeley and Zotero. So apart from that, you can make use of these tools like EndNote and all. Okay, these are the tools you can apply for reference management. And in order to have a very good project management task tracking tool, yeah, as a researcher, I want to assign some of the task tracking activity. So I can make use of the tools called Trello, Asana, and ClickUpMonday.com. So these are the tools we can make use of for may have a very good task management practices, and we can do some project management practices. For this, these are tools can be used. Okay, I want to make use of maintain a proper research workflow integration. What are the tools I can go for? So you can make use of the tools called Jupyter Notebook or Google Colab. So this is really very much interesting. Have a very good shareable notebooks, and real-time execution can be done by using this tool. And in order to make a very good for people those who are working on computer science and information technology, or you are working with anything application oriented, then you can make use of a tool called GitHub and GitLab. This is very much interesting on collaboration on code or version or history, and that can be done. And some of the tools like RStudio on cloud, this is something interesting. And I can ask you a few questions like, apart from SPSS, if you are working in social science research, are we aware of any other tool? Then we started thinking of any tool on AI or any tool on open access. Actually, as alternative tool for SPSS, we have so many tools like PSPP, and we have a tool called SOFA SOFA, and we have some other tool called MATLAB, and these are the various other tools are available on open access through which we are able to do all kind of statistical analysis. But still we are living with some other tool, and we are lying in some tools called SPSS alone. But apart from that, there are so many other Python based tools are also available like RStudio, Cloud, and all. So these are the tool you can always try without having spending any single penny from your pocket. You can make use of these tools called research workflow integration. Hence, in order to make a global research network and discovery, you can access some of the tools like ResearchGate. And many a time you are searching for some research article may not be available in an open forum like a Google Scholar, or that may not be subscribed by your institution. In that context, you can access some global research network discovery tools like ResearchGate, Academia, Dimensions.ai. I think many of you have not at all heard about this tool called Dimension. So this is a very good tool through which you are able to access more than 3 million digital articles. So Dimensions Toy. It only not only gives all the scholarly article, it also gives all the patent related information. It also gives all the review based articles. It also gives all the research articles for you, for which you may not have access. So that and all we are able to access by using Dimensions.ai, Scopus, Web of Science. These are the very good tools you can make use of for research discovery and collaboration. And apart from that, we want to do, for an example, if you are working for affiliation, we are working for ranking and all. For in that context, these are the tools really helpful for you to identify what is the H index of your institution, what are all the impact journals in which your faculty has published their research article, and what kind of collaboration index your institution has, what is your institutional field weight citation impact. All these can be analyzed by using these tools actually. So this and all we should aware of, and we need to adapt. Now I come to the second part of this presentation called what are the academic profile management system as a researcher or as academician we should aware of. The major thing is as a researcher we are not bothering about our promotion, our research visibility. And many a times from our faculty side, I used to get a query, sir, I am doing a very good research, and I am publishing in a good number of impactful articles, impactful publications, impactful journals, but still I am lagging on getting citation. Citation is a major calamity, major impact area where every researcher or every faculty member should work on. We are not able to get a proper citation for our research work. How to improve it? How to create more visibility for our research work? In that, we are all lagging. My job is to only publish, and that also nowadays I am afraid of getting published in journals because a lot of predatory journals are lying here and there. I don't know, am I publishing in the right source of publication? That's what in the morning session sir has taken very clearly, how to identify the predatory journals, how to select the right journals for your publication. But still, am I publishing in the right source of publication? Whether it is getting indexed, whether it is getting indexed in a proper indexing agency such as Scopus or Web of Science. And moreover, I have published in the indexing platforms. After that, also my articles are not getting a proper citation. How to made it possible? This is a solution for you. I am going to talk about some of the various academic profile management platforms through which you can gain more visibility, and you can promote your research work to your peer group in your domain with your domain experts. So all these are having a very good impact for your research. One first thing is why academic platforms are essential. First thing is like visibility. Academicians need to showcase their research, publications, affiliations, and achievements to a global audience. That's why nowadays now our education policy is very clear. What is the impact of your institution? What is the impact of your author? Nowadays they are very clever. They are asking you a lot of data to you. In that data portals, they are asking of lot of data portals like what kind of citation your institution has, what kind of research contribution the particular department has, and what kind of impact as an author your institution and author has. So we are in the position to provide data to the accreditation bodies or ranking bodies. In that connect, the first important thing is like we need to create more visibility. As academician or as a research scholar, we are in the position to do that. And now the second part is like networking. These platforms really facilitate the collaboration with the peers and institutions worldwide. And now I can tell you who is the pioneer in education technology or education psychology in Tamil Nadu. Are we able to give a prompt names? Then that is a right platform you are right now running in. But nowadays it's very easy for us. By using a proper networking platform, we are able to have a very good solution, and we are able to find out who is a pioneer in which area, from which institution, even in which region, that are all easily findable, and we are easily trace this information by using this platform. And third important thing is like citation tracking. The researchers can monitor what kind of impact you have created among your research domain area. You are working on education psychology. In education psychology, what is the niche area right now people are working in? From which institution? And what kind of real research citation they have? What is the H index? What is the overall research impact they have created? What is the field based citation impact they have created for the research work? All this can be, we are able to trace. And fourth important thing is like a digital presence. Why it is essential? Your digital presence is important. If even you have published your research article or any forms of your article in a conference or in research publications, it should available online. If it is not available online, your work won't be counted. You cannot digitally present your idea. You cannot do that. That is not possible. So the thing is, if you do like what is the major problem is, if you have not created your online presence, then it cannot be validated. It may not be done in a prompt way. So we should be very clever on whatever the work you have done, it should be present digitally. It should available online. We are able to access online. That is important. And I can suggest you some of the idea for you people. Sir, I have already published only in the print sources. What I can do, you can scan it, you can make it available in various academic connect platforms like this, which I'm going to suggest you, so that your already published print material can also getting cited. Okay. And in order to get a proper funding and recognition, as a strong profile author, as a strong profile author, I'm it's very important. As a strong profile author, I have a very crucial point on securing grants, and I want to have create more impact. I want to tap the fund for my research work. What I'm doing in that connect, they are looking for your profile. It should be available online. And for example, just by clicking your open researcher contributor ID, ARC ID, they are able to find out what kind of researcher you are and what kind of impact you have created, and whether you have published a research impact research work based on the project for which you have applied. So that itself they are able to decide whether to give this particular project or fund to the concerned researcher or not. Hope you understand. Your strong profile is crucial for securing grant, achieving tenure, promotion, and receiving academic awards. So these are the valid reasons why academic profile management platforms are essential. And the purpose is very clear. We have a centralized portfolio. Even I am able to access the people, those who are doing very good research in IIT Madras on a particular domain called nanotechnology or crystal technology. We have a centralized portfolio, centralized access, through which I am able to check what are all the publications, what are the grants they have received, what kind of contribution they have provided for the particular research area. And the engagement. The engagement, it enables the connections with the fellow researchers or institution and potential collaborators, which fosters a vibrant academic community. And we can have a very good research dissemination so that they can give their comment. This is a current emerging area where we need to do a research. We are getting a very good update on time to time to create and maximize the impact of research. And performance metrics. The performance metrics is a driving force right now to, to tap fund, to have a very good research profile, and it really helps out to lies in the field. If you don't have any clear performance metrics, then you will be thrown away just like that. To avoid all these things, we need to have a proper research impact, which is offering a very good insight into your research performance, right? And the major benefits for researchers is like we can create visibility, as I told you, and we can have a very good collaboration. People those who are working in St. Ignatius College of Education, they can have a very good collaboration with people those who are working in NKT Chennai, or people those who are working in Directorate of Teacher Education, and you can have a very good record. Many a time, what we do once we obtain our PhD, still that time we will maintain our file. Afterwards, we won't maintain our profile. We don't have. I can ask you open question: how many of you people have updated your CV? And how many of your how of you have updated your research publications as on time? No, we are not doing it. If we want to do that, these are the ways we can do. We can have a very good proper record keeping, and we can do a very good analytics. What is the performance of us for the past decade? What kind of research contribution I have done? How many citation I have created? That can be done. So that kind of impact assessment or the major benefits we can do. Now I will come to the point here. The leading academic research management platforms are, please make a note of it, and whether you have a Facebook account, Snapchat account, or Snapdeal account, or Twitter account is not a matter. But as academician, as a research scholar, we should have these basic profiles for you. If you have this profile, then that makes a sense of doing research, and it will create more research impact. One is called Google Scholar, through which we can track citation, H-index, and links to the publications. Even many of us are using Google Scholar only to check whether we have improved or whether we have increased the citation or H-index. But apart from that, Google Scholar is one of the very good source through which we can find out what are all the relevant articles, what are the relevant journals are available in our own domain. I will search you in the live manner also, but Google Scholar can also be used to identify the right journal for your publication. Second important sources like ORCID, ORCID, Open Researcher Contributor ID. This is like a unique Aadhaar ID for you people, which integrates with the funding and journal systems. If I want to check in which journal platform I can publish my research article, am I publishing in the right source of publication? On analytics can be done. And moreover, I can challenge you and I can suggest you people, if you are a guide, you may have around how many research scholars you may have. Everyone may create a RKD for you. Since it is freely available, you no need to pay a single penny from your pocket. Whenever they are started publishing their research article, they are creating a new ID for you. For a single guide, they may have around 4 to 6 IDs. Please check. Please do check. All your IDs need to be integrated in a single ID. If not, please do immediately, because this is the concern raised by many of our faculties in our institution. What they used to say, sir, I have my research ward has published a good number of articles last year, but it is not getting reflected in my ID. That ID was created 4 years back or 5 years back. This research article have been created in a different ID. So that is the case. They have many number of ARC IDs. So all need to be synced in a single ID. So ARC ID is very important in order to publish a right journal article to find out even if you want to find whether it is a predatory journal or not, their primary key of online submission is RKD. For if you are trying to publish an article with Elsevier or Springer or Taylor and Francis or Wiley or Emerald in online mode, what they will be asking if you go for their online platform, their entry key is like RKD. You are supposed to upload your article online by using your RKD. If it is not, then that may be the predatory channel. It's very clear, right? So RKD is that much important. It is a unique Aadhaar ID for all researchers and academicians. Third important academic profile is like ResearchGate. The ResearchGate is like a social media platform through which you can share all the open access and which are all not covered under copyrighted material that can be shared, and you can connect with the various peer group in your domain. And even if you are not able to access some of the article, you can have a direct request to the concerned author through which you can access the article. So that kind of importance this research gate has. And academia is a author profile creation paper. You can upload your paper and you can see what kind of impact your paper has created, and you can do analytics and you can have a very good follower system, so that our article can be checked by some other people and they can give their comment. If we are doing anything wrong, we can correct it. And in many cases, many of our faculty members or many of the researchers and academicians are not ready to publish your work online. The major reason is we have a fear of some may find fault with us for two reasons. One is called they may find out from where I have copied. Am I right? This is the major reason. Second thing is, and that is also the general concern. They may copy my work. These are the two reasons we are not ready to publish our work online. But it's very clear, once you have published your work, you are not a owner for that. The publisher is the sole owner for the research work. Even you do your research, you have shared your knowledge, you have done all the research lab work. Once it published, what kind of rights lies with you? You need to have a clear cut understanding about that. And other important ideas like Publons. Publons track a peer review. You can do journal editing, and this is part of Web of Science Index Agency. And other important academic profile management system is Mendeley. Many of us are using Mendeley for only for organizing all your references. But apart from that, you can retrieve and you can maintain a profile, and you can retrieve good number of articles, and you can do a collaboration of your research work by using these platforms, right? And the strategy we can make use of it for academic tool is like very clear. The first step you are supposed to do is you have to create and complete the profile. Many times we will create and we never complete the profile. So we have to ensure your profile is accurate, comprehensive, and consistent across the platforms. And you can register for RKD, set up a Google Scholar, and upload full text to ResearchGate Academia. So these are the things you are supposed to. This is the first step. Second step is like you can increase the discoverability by using. You are supposed to upload the keywords which you can make use of it. You can tag what are the research interests, and you can link your profile to the institutional pages that will utilize. For that you can make use of like semantic scholar, scopus id, and mendeley for do all these activity. In order to discover more, in order to increase your discoverability, you can make use of this tool, and you have to tie up with your keyword. You can tag and you can make use of your visible of your research interest. You can link your profile with your institutional id. All this can be done. Third important strategy we can adapt is like you can link and integrate your account. You can connect your ORC ID with the Scopus ID. You can connect your ORC ID with the Web of Science author ID, so that whenever you publish anything, that will automatically reflect in your IDs, in your academic profiles. So that will sync, and we can have a real-time data of what is the publication impact you have created through your scholarly publication. So these are the three important strategies we are supposed to adapt, right? And what are the tools we can go for effective publication sharing? Sir, I have published. So how to make you how to make use of effective publication sharing. If it is a open access version, I am using a very clear word. If it is a open access version, you can upload open access version of your work, including preprint, postprint. Many of us are not aware of the difference between preprint and postprint. If it is a author version, that is called as a preprint. If it is a publisher version, that are all called as post version. Okay, and publisher version. So whichever is permitted, then we are make use of this publication sharing tool called archive, bioarchive, SSRN for preprint, and ResearchGate and academia for broader sharing. And if you want to have a very good data, if you know only the article title, but you don't have any idea about the digital object identifier DOI of any paper, then you can make use of a tool called Zenoda. And I am able to access lot of data set without paying a single penny. In that context or in that connect, you can make use of a tool called Zenoda for retrieving data set, and you can make use of DOI by using the tool called this archive, ResearchGate, and another kind of thing. In order to promote and monitor your impact, you can make use of the tools like many of us are using Facebook for the purpose of giving like, share, and comment. But as a researcher, my perception
No,
is
sir.
different. Sorry, any doubts? Shall I proceed?
Yes, sir. You can proceed, sir.
Do you have any doubts that can be clarified at the end of the session? Nothing to worry about. And to promote and monitor your research impact, you can. Many of us are using Facebook for the purpose of giving like, share, and comment. But my perception on using Facebook is totally different. How many of you have created Facebook author page? Facebook author page is something interesting. You can upload your research work. You can write as an author. That will create more visibility for you. Likewise, you can make use of Twitter. You can make use of blogs. You can make use. You can have your own wiki. That are all the various platforms through which you can create more visibility. You can promote your profile. You can give your proper research area of interest by using LinkedIn, Twitter, and SlideShare. These are the various applications we can go for to promote your profile and work. In order to monitor and improve your research impact, regularly check the citation count on Google Scholar, Scopus, and monitor the Altmetrics impact story. If you are having the Twitter account, then you can make use of a tool called Impact Story. That impact story is really helpful to understand what kind of impact as a researcher your article has created, and you can track how many reads, how many downloads, and that can be find out by using ResearchGate, Academia kind of thing. And the third important tools we can make use of, you can engage the community. You can answer the questions on academic forums. You can follow the relevant researchers and engage with their work. And you can comment on publications and share the insight to build a connection. So that this is a kind of networking that makes more sense, and that will have a very good collaboration activity. So who is the real researcher doing research on the particular area? You can connect with them. You can collaborate with them. In future, that has a very good peer network. So that also you can do. And now I will go by step. What are all academic profile management platforms? What are all the features it has, and how to do that? Okay. The core platforms you can go for researcher is called Google Scholar, which really helps to find, track citation and H index that links various publications. Another is like a ORC ID. There is a unique researcher ID that integrates with the funding and various journal systems. Right. Now I'll go for Google Scholar. Google Scholar has different parameters like citation of your research work, H index of author, and item index of the author. So this is what we are able to. For an example, for that how we are supposed to, you can directly. I am giving you right now step by step procedure to create Google Scholar profile. Right. You can directly go to Google Scholar, click on once you have created, you can create by using your Gmail login. If you are having Google account, Google username password, you can directly go ahead with that. Click on my profile. If you click on my profile, you are able to give all these details. What is the name, what kind of affiliation you have, what are the research interest, and your ID for verification, your home page, all these has to be given. And don't forget to give this option, make my profile public. Then only others can view your profile. Otherwise, that is not possible. Right? And once you edit your profile, all your publications will be listed in this way, and you can add your article in such a way. If your article is available online, what you are supposed to do, you can search by your name, and it will listing out what are the articles are published by you. And if it is published by you, then select the particular article and click on this tick symbol, so that all your articles will be added. For example, I'm searching for the articles published by some other author, so I can search for the name. So it will list out what are the articles published by this author. You can add as a group or as an individual. All these are possible here like this. Okay, you can see here. I select and I will add, and you can create your profile. You can add your profile article like this, and finally you can click on settings, and don't forget to click on apply updates automatically and make my profile public. And you can add, if you are following any article which is related to your research, and you can click on this option called new research related to my articles and new citation to my article. So it will keep on notifying you what are all the new articles published on your related research work. And if you get any new citation, that also that will tells you. Click on that. That's it. You can see here, this is my profile. My profile has all my publications, all my h index, how many times my article has, at least 10 times of citation, how many article has, all these are visible here. And I can add all my authors also here like this. So we are able to do all this activity. And moment sometime what happens, my our own institutions, what they used to ask, can you give me the list of publications published in a particular year? I can select my article and click on export. I can export in CSV format, BibTeX format, EndNote format, and reference manager format. What are the format I want to export, I can do that. You can see here like this. Exports all my articles, select my article. All these are available in Excel format like this. And even I want to check what are the articles receive citation for my research work. I will click on cited by, and I'm able to find what are the articles has received good number of citation, what are not received the citation. All these are I'm able to. If I want to add article, I can click on this cross symbol, add article group, or add article manually, add article individually. All these can be done. You can see here like this. Okay, this is the way I can add the article. I can, in case, sir, I want to, I have all my articles, many of the articles are available only in a print form, am I able to add it? You can add. You can go for click on add article manually, and if it's a journal article, give the details here. If it's a conference article, give the details like this. And for each and every parameter, there are different data fields will be appearing. You have to give those detail and click on submit. Then you are able to find like this. You are able to, and click on update article, update my profile by time to time. It will be here. You are able to find how many citations, how many H index, and how many item index you have. So what kind of contribution you are providing for the past decade. All these are visible to you. Okay, this is very simple. Without having any technical knowledge, all of us are able to create this Google Scholar profile. Please do it immediately, and you can find for authors, you can find for contributions, and even if I want to check, it can link to articles also. Click on the particular article, and we are able to see that. Okay, and apart from that, I can do a general search. Instead of searching in Google, Google will give all the gems to you, but I am looking for something interesting on my research work. So something relevant, something important on my research work. Google Scholar can be used as one of the search engine. It's very specific to your subject. So that also you are supposed to do. And second important profile ID we should concentrate more is open researcher contributor identifier. Registering for your Arch ID means that is free, unique, persistent identifier. It is open. This is a non-profit platform. No need to pay single penny from your pocket. You can see here all the reputed publishers are mandated with this ORC ID. Around 112 publishers who are all reputed, all are mandatorily accepting this ORC ID for article publication. Please do remember. Okay, you can see here almost all the reputed publishers. Okay, this is a kind of repository. Okay, contains link, word, notebooks themselves. All these we can do. How to do that? Type ORCID in Google. This is the homepage of ArcID. Click on register here. In the topmost panel, you are able to sign in or register. Click on register. And the moment you click on register, it will ask for a lot of data. It will create a login to you. So if you are having already ID, then you can directly go with your ID, click on sign in. If not, then you have to click on register now, and you can click with your own Google credentials, Gmail ID. Okay, by using that, you can create your ID here. You can give what are the names you are available. Many this is ID really helps you out. Even if faculty may publish their article initial first name, second name, and many times your initial first and your name appearing second. Many times you have given your expansion for your initial. Many times you have not given your initial. All these values will be corrected by using this ORCID, so that your publications were scattered in various platforms. All these can be corrected in this way. Create ORCID for what are the names you are appearing, in which what are the names you have published your article. All this can be given here, and you are declaring that these are all the names in which I have published. So take all the articles which are all appearing in these names in a single umbrella, that is called ORCID. Okay, you can have here ID like this. So I have given in this way, and this is my ORCID, and I can go ahead with all the details here. And now I will come to the third part. What are all the social and sharing networks? We have platforms like ResearchGate. This is for social networking, publication sharing, and question and answer. Many a times it will be appearing like this. So we can have a very good scenario like social networking, publication sharing, and question and answer session. If you want to engage with academic scenario, profile creation, if you want to do what are all the paper you are uploading and what kind of impact it is created with the peer group, then we can go for this academia.edu. This is another platform. This is the homepage for ResearchGate. You can see here who are all reading this. Nowadays, whenever the committee comes, accreditation body comes, ranking agencies comes from India, they are looking to a score called RG score, ResearchGate score. This score is also very important for institution, for individual as well. So what kind of citation the particular author has, what kind of research impact, research score this particular institution has. All these are now very much takeable by these platforms. And this is academia homepage. Through this academia homepage also we are able to understand what kind of contribution, who are all our followers, and what they are suggesting, what kind of solution I just want to give. All this can be done. In order to have a proper tracking and peer review publications, then I can go with a tool called Publons. This is also free again, through which you can track the peer review, you can do journal editing and publication, and we can go ahead with the Mendeley applications also. That can be used as a reference manager, and you can create a profile. And if you want to have a very good collaborating feature, all this can be done by using the tool called Publon and Mendeley with respect to tracking peer reviews and publications. So this is a Bob Science profile. This is a profile of mine and Mendeley. And if you want to have an integrated research network, what are all the tools you can adapt? If you This is a tool called Loop, which you may not have a So please have create a login with this. Loop is a tool. It's a research network tool. We can connect with various frontier journals. For example, you can connect with the Journal of Knowledge Management published by Emerald. You can have a very good connection with the Elsevier, John Wiley, Taylor and Francis, Springerlink, Springer Nature. So all these you can connect with the tool called Loop. And another one is called impact story. By using this impact story, you can track the record and impact of the publications. And if we are working on some impactful research area, what kind of impact we have created, that can be analyzed by using a tool called impact story. For this, we need a Twitter account. If we have a Twitter account, yeah, it can be directly connect with impact story. And your Twitter can create more visibility for you for your publication. Okay, by using impact story. This is a loop. You can register and you can have, and this is the impact story. You can join with the Twitter account also. And if you want to track the impact metrics on metrics and citation, then we can create ID called Scopus Author ID in order to track citation, H index, index document, and researcher ID. All these are the citation platforms which really makes a very good sense and impact on our research work. You can see here, this is my Scopus profile, having citation, how many documents I have published, all this can be done. And this is something interesting. It is a mobile-based application, Linktree. Linktree is a mobile-based application. It's a freely available application. You can download it, and you can have what are the IDs you have created. All these are connected with a single platform like this. So you can click. I can make a note of each and every profile. Even whenever I click on Scopus, immediately it will show the Scopus record of mine. So by using my mobile device, mobile application like Linktree, I'm able to find, I'm able to track what kind of impact I have created. So that is also the application you can create, Linktree. Okay. And if you want to talk something about AI powered insight, I want to create more insight of my research work and influence some of the research score of mine. And I want to have a very good collaborative co-author network among my team. Then this is the another viable solution. Do have account on Semantic Scholar. Do create, and it will create more visibility for you, and you are able to try good number of reviews and review of literature for your research work by using this tool called Semantic Scholar. This is the tip. Okay, if you want to have a very good comparison, I have done it for what are the tools, for what purpose we can make use of it. And if you want to boost your research impact, do create, complete your profile, comprehensive content, you can get. Now, another final important profile I just want to tell you is called Vidwan profile. So this is a freely available site created by Government of India through InflibNet, Information Library Network. Go to this InflibNet network vidwan.inflibnet.ac.in, log in your profile as an expert, log in your profile as a nodal officer, so you can create your profile, you can have a login, and you are able to give your expert. You can search for any expert, you can search for that's what I told you. By sitting in front of my desktop, I am able to find who is the pioneer, who is the pioneering institution, who is doing what kind of research. For example, I want to know who is the prominent librarian working on open source application by using this tool like this. So there are various search strategies are available. I can search by expert name, organization, designation, expertise, and by awards also. So these are all the various things I can do by using this platform called Vidwan. Go to Vidwan. I can search by, you can see here, I want to search by some scientist name. I want to search by expert. I am able to see what who are all the expert. I can do the refinery research. I have various application here like this, whether I can, which domain expert am I looking for, to whom I need to go for. All these I am able to find like this. Okay, you can see here by subject wise, by organization wise, by designation wise. You can see here like this, by state wise, region wise. So all these are possible by using this platform called Vidwan database. You can see here. I want to know in Anna University who are all the people working on which area. I can see here like this. Okay. I am very particular about network. In networking, who is the best teacher throughout India? I can do that. In Central University, organization type. In Central University, who is the pioneer on which topic? I can do that. So people, those who want to create visibility and you want to do some expert search, we can do by using a single area like this. Okay, see here. You can do the registration, register as an expert or register as a nodal officer. Like you can register by using Google or LinkedIn. You can do registration by this and you are able to do that. So you can have your profile and you are supposed to provide all this information with the profile, personal information, expertise information, educational qualification, what are the awards and honors you have received, what are the doctoral thesis you have done, in which committee you are a member, and what are the research project. And you are supposed to connect all these with the academic identities like ORC ID, Scopus ID. All this can be given here like this, so that all your academic profiles are linked in a single platform. You have an integrated profile for you. Whenever you are applying for any funds, any grants, or any proposals, this single ID is more than enough. That will reflect your research contribution. That will give a research impact of for which proposal you have applied. So that based on this single profile, nowadays all the grants and funds are getting sanctioned. So this is what I just want to tell you people here. So do create various academic profile like this. This is my profile. You can see here what kind of contribution this is, what are the awards, honors received. All this will be tied up like this. You can create your domain, subdomain, what are the institution belong to. All this can be done. Okay. So these are the various options are available in Vidwan database. The thing is, this can be done as a live workshop, and we used to allow you to create in front of us. But within the short span of time, I just want to give a gist of what are the profiles are available, what you are supposed to do. The only thing what you are supposed to do is you have to go and explore and create a login, and by using that, you can create a very good impact. You can see here what are the profiles I have, and I have been connected with. Okay, and this will create a more good visibility to you. You can sync all these IDs in a single platform. You can promote your research like this. Okay, this is what I just want to explain to people. And do you have any doubts? I think on time. Normally used to have a question session for the last 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. Now
Mr.
I open this forum for question and answers. Please have all your questions right now.
Dear participants, if you have any doubts, you can clear. Sir, in the chat box, we have few questions also.
Yeah, sure. No, I'll go
Sir,
ahead.
could you please share some information about the Green Open Access Journal?
Yeah.
It was given in the chat box, and also how one by one shall I read it?
Yeah, I'll go ahead, man. Not a problem. Sure, I'll go ahead with.
Okay.
Okay, people, those who want to understand what are the open access type we have and how to go ahead with, I can tell you very clearly. Like you can go ahead with some sources called even Scopus. This is freely accessible. Okay, no need to pay single penny from your pocket actually. Go to Scopus, click on sources here. Okay, in that in that you are able to find in the left hand side what are all the quartile journals, what are all the journals are available in Scopus. Okay, in which I am looking for only the journals. Click on apply filter here, and in that apply filter here I am very much particular about display only the open access journals. Okay, click on open access journals only, and here in that I want to know only the top performed journal, which means the journals which are all receiving citation from 75 to citation rates from 75 to 100, that are all called as Q1 journal, quartile 1 journal. The journals which are all receiving citations from 51 to 75, that are all called as a Q2 journal. Rest of the things are comes like Q3, Q4. I want to talk about this area here. Like this, I can select Q1 journals, Q2 journals, Q3 journals, and Q4 journals. For example, I want to understand the journals on education alone. I'll come with the topic called green open access now. For example, I want to know what are all the journals are available in for education alone. By I will come on the Google Scholar. Okay, in Google Scholar, go to Google Scholar here. Many of us are not using Google Scholar for checking out what are all the impact journals are available, right? In that connect, so click on that left hand side top corner, you have a topic called metrics. Click on metrics here. In metrics, we are able to find, you can click on view all here. You can see here what are all the category. For example, in education, what are the journals are available. I will click on social sciences, right? You people comes under social sciences. Click on social sciences. In social sciences, I will click on the subject category. You can see here in education psychology, education administration. I want to know what are the good journals are available in education psychology or education technology. Click here. That will list out prominent journals available on or impact journals available on education technology. Okay, and when the moment I want to understand about what kind of journal it is, I will go to another site called DOAJ. This is what we are talking about. DOAJ, Directory of Open Access Journal. In open access, we have three different types. That means the moment we talk about open access, we have a tendency of talking about open access means the journals are available for open. No need to pay a single penny from our pocket. But that is not the concept. Open access for reader or open access for publisher, open access for the subscribers. They are creating many times we have I had a question, sir. They said open access, but they are charging more APC, article processing charge, for open access journals. Why? Because they are creating more visibility, they are promoting your research work. For that, the maintenance cost are getting involved. For digitally preserving, they have to set up a very good digital infrastructure. For that, they need to pay a lot. That's why many of the open access journals are charging more for publication in the name of article processing charges. That we need to understand first. And many times we have a concept called open access means it is free. This is open access for reader. The reader can have the facility of open access. For author, they have open access means they will be open for you, but for others that is not open access. And this is the platform through which we are able to find what are all the open journals are available. For example, I want to know what are all the journals are available as open access in education. Okay, we are able to find out in education alone, we are able to find more than 3,200 open access journals are available. Here, we have a lot of options here without fees. The moment I click on without fee, that will give you the list of journals for which we no need to pay single penny. You find out here, we have around 2,225 index journals are available in without fee. In that, what are the exact subject you are looking for? You can see here. And what kind of language, in which language you are expecting, those journals are available. What are the publishers? Who are all the publishers? What are the publishing countries? And what kind of peer review they have? Double blind review, peer review, post publication peer review, when they have added. And here in the right hand side panel, you are able to see very clearly when it is updated. And no APC, no other charges, who is maintaining, all these information are available here like this. So based on this also, you are able to find a good open access journals for your research work. I will come to the open access, green open access. If it is a green open access, no need to pay for that open access. They will create more visibility for, if the content is standardized, no need to pay for that. If it is a golden open access, then the author need to pay for creating gold open access. The publisher will do a work for you and they will promote your article. And in that they have a different kind of open access model, like green open access model, gold open access model, bronze open access model. Based on this open access model, you have a different kind of charges. Okay. In for if you want to know more about that, for that you need to go for the portal called Open Publishing Platforms. Okay. Through these sites also you are able to understand very clearly what are all the open access platforms are available, how to do with it. This is open journal systems we can take use of. Even we can start our own work for this. Every institution have their own open access journal they can create, they can host it on their own. The major thing is if they have technical knowledge on that, they can do that. So that is a way they can do, create one platform. And if you want to understand what are all the publisher policy through which I have to follow, what kind of access they have, then you need to check it the platform called Sherpa Romeo. So this is the site through which we are able to find open policy finder. Okay. Here by publisher wise, they will clearly telling you what kind of open policy they have, what kind of agreement we need to undergo. All these are available by using this platform called Open Policy Finder. So this I suggest you to go ahead and clarify what are all the platforms you can go ahead with, right?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Participant has raised the question, how can I edit in Archive?
Go to your profile. Okay. Once you have logged in with your credentials like Google's credentials, click on edit and you can make use of it. For each and every parameter there is an option called edit. There is a pencil symbol will be there. Click on that, click on edit, and you can do the edit options. For this one topic creation, yeah. Shall I go?
Participant name Manorama Dash. Yes,
How
sir.
can it target? Faculties can
Manorama
do.
Dash has a faculties can do this operation at the end, but what is our important role?
Actually, your role is to update your profile on time. That's it. If you do that, you have more visibility. You can have an updated research impact. Okay, as a faculty can
Rutuja Diori.
what is your
Rutuja
important role?
Diori as a
You need to update, ma'am. For Manorama and Dash, that's a room. My answer is you have to update your profile on time. Many times you are creating your profile, afterwards you are not at all updating, you are not doing any turnout to your research profile. If you do it on time, whenever you do any publications, kindly check it can be it whether it is connected with the Arch ID with the Scopus, Arch ID with Web of Science, Arch ID with the Google Scholar. Then ultimately everything will be updated on time. No need to worry about. But many times we are not updating your profile on time. That is a missing that you can do. With one profile creation, institution side verification also required. It can be done individually also. Correct. With one profile can be created by individual, and the same thing can be integrated, connected with your institution. That work will be done by your library or research people. They will do that. While creating
sir,
RKD, difference between education and qualification. Sir, it is very clear. Education means you may have your degrees comes under education qualification, right? And many times you may clear the net set qualification and other profile that will be comes under qualification. So that is a thing you are supposed to do. Okay.
regarding Nivashni, she had mentioned as if I don't provide my ORCID during the manuscript subscription or submission, and if I create my ORCID only after paper has been published, will
No.
I still be able to update or add my paper to the ORCID?
It's very clear, ma'am. If you are not aware of your ORC ARC ID, you can click on forget ID. You can retrieve within a fraction of second. So nothing to worry about. Even if you forget your ARC ID, you can get to retrieve the ID within a fraction of a second, you can make use of it. But without ORC ID, if you are submitting your article online, that journal may be the fake journal. And once you are uploading your article with respect to ORC ID, then that is the correct flow. That only you are supposed to follow.
Regarding Mr. Raja Jabasingh, he mentioned that with one portal there is a score mentioned out of 10. What's that?
The score is like based on the parameters. They have given 10 parameters over there, like personal profile, your academic honors, education qualification. The thing is, the score is for editing all your parameter. Many times what happen, they will be updating only their education profile and their biography. Afterwards, they never give their academic profile IDs, they never give their honors receipt, they never talk about their project. So all these parameters need to be updated with the proper flow. If you have updated all 10 parameters, then your profile will be 10 out of 10. If you missed anything, then it will be like showing 8 out of 10 or 10 out of 10. That's it. The purpose is like you have to give a complete profile. That's it.
Thank you, sir. Dear
Yeah.
participants, if you have any doubts, you can post it in the chat box.
Any
So
questions?
it was a wonderful session, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah. Thank you so much. Do you have any doubts, any clarifications in future? Also, you can write to me. It will be answered within 24 hours.
Dear
I'm entering the
participants, if
mail
you
ID
have
here.
any doubts, you can mention it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I hope they have enriched with the session.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. We had a wonderful session with you.
Thank you.
Not based on the thing. It's based on the research, what you have learned, what you like to share with us. It was really a wonderful session and wonderful inputs we received today. And I'll just go for the formal vote of thanks. Good afternoon to one and all gathered here once again for the national level workshop on smart publishing in the digital age, strategies for the journal publishing and academic profile management organized by the Internal Quality Assurance Cell of our esteemed institution. It's indeed a privilege and honor to deliver the vote of thanks for this intellectually enriching and impactful academic event. At the outset, I offer my sincere gratitude to the Almighty for bestowing upon us the strength, clarity, and inspiration to successfully conduct this workshop of such scholarly significance. My heartfelt thanks goes to the most respected Reverend Sister A. Mary Celestina, Secretary of our institution, whose results, encouragement, exemplary leadership continue to motivate us to uphold excellence in every initiative. Thank you, Sister. I extend my deep sense of gratitude to the most respected Reverend Sister Dr. L. Vasanthi Medona, Principal of our institution. Sister's visionary leadership, innovative perspectives, and unwavering commitment to academic advancement have shaped our institution into the center of excellence. Her guidance has constantly elevated our academic culture by fostering an environment where curiosity, critical thinking, and scholarly integrity are deeply valued. Sister, your presence today has been enriching for us. Your vibrant hub of research in your thoughts, innovation, and holistic education has been always inspired us. Thank you so much, sister, being with us today for this wonderful workshop. Thank you, sister. We extend our sincere gratitude to Dr. M. Leela Dharan, Associate Professor, Department of Library and Information Science, Central University of Pondicherry, for delivering an insightful session and highly informative session on journal selection for publishing, what you need to know. It was a session one. Sir, your clear explanation, practical strategies, and expert guidance on evaluating journals, understanding publishing standards, and navigating scholarly metrics has been a very enrichment for us. Thank you so much, sir, for presenting a wonderful session for us. We extend our sincere gratitude to Dr. J. Armugam, librarian from PSC College of Technology, Coimbatore, for delivering such an insightful session on collaborative research and academic profile management platforms. Sir, your detailed explanations regarding the scholarly journals, how to enroll in with one ID and ORCID, and how to enhance our academic profile management platforms has really been an eye opener for us. Thank you so much, sir. Your detailed explanations and practical guidance and expertise have deeply given an understanding of research collaboration, digital academic identity, and the essential tools required for the effective academic profile management. Really, your session and your valuable time, your expertise, and meaningful contribution to the success of this national level workshop. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
I extend my heartfelt appreciation to our dynamic organizing secretary, Dr. M. Maria Saroja, IQAC Coordinator and Research Director and Associate Professor of Biological Science, for her exemplary coordination, strategic foresight, and unwavering dedication for organizing this wonderful workshop. Her consistent commitment to academic quality and inspiring leadership has been profoundly enriched us. Thank you so much, ma'am. I sincerely appreciate the dedicated support of the organizing secretaries of this national level workshop, Dr. P. Jansilos, librarian, and Dr. A. Jayasudha, Vice Principal and Assistant Professor of History, for their unwavering coordination throughout the organization of this program. Their collaborative spirit and the consistent commitment contributed significantly to the smooth and successful conduct of this workshop. Thank you, professors. I also sincerely thank to Dr. Yam Jnana Kamali, Assistant Professor of Computer Science, for her valuable support in today's workshop. Thank you, ma'am. A warm acknowledgement is extended to our administrative staff, Ms. Maria Immaculate Roslin and Ms. Ajish Monica, who technically and supported us throughout this smooth functioning of this workshop. Thank you so much, ma'am. Finally, and most importantly, I express my heartfelt appreciation to all the participants who are actively engagement, thoughtful queries, and genuine enthusiasm added a great value to this workshop. Let us continue to nurture a collaborative and academically vibrant environment that empowers every member of our learning community grow, achieve, and excel. Once again, I thank you all for joining with us today in the national workshop. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a
Dear
lot.
participants, thank you so much, sir. Dear participants, the feedback form for the second session has been posted in the chat box. Kindly fill the feedback form for the second session. The link will be active only for 3 minutes. Please kindly post your valuable feedback in the feedback form.